Well, the start of a new season, and here we are at Coventry for the opening meeting. It's the 1st of April. In fact, I thought it was a joke when somebody said Eric Brown was racing, because he's come all the way down from Scotland and transferred from a very successful career in Formula 2 racing to come over to Formula 1. Why the big change, Eric?
Well, we just decided to have a new challenge this year, something a wee bit different. We've been in the game for a long time. 1979 I started sort of my apprenticeship in stock car racing, following after my father, and we decided we'd like a change, you know.
What sort of Formula 1 was a thing you've watched and admired, is it? Or?
Yes, very much so. 1984, we really did think about it. We really did. And there was a few people sort of said to me, really, you'd be better just sticking to the twos, you're travelling, so on and so on. So, but we've decided to have a go now, you know. We can't race forever, you know. I mean, it's only going to be maybe once a month, once every 3 weeks, obviously dictated by funds. We're looking at it, it's a fun thing, you know. Stock car racing is fun, it's always been fun, and we're just looking to have a new challenge. It would be nice to have a wee go and just see. Really, we know that competitive wise we will be struggling because we're not going to be doing enough meetings, and possibly we don't have the funds to put the really good kit on. But let's go and have a wee go.
This is the Derek Ferris car, and it's done a fair bit of winning. It's a good car.
So they tell me. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see Formula 1 as much as maybe we tried to concentrate on our own racing, and the 1s and 2s have went different ways. You know, there used to be venues when both 1s and 2s, Hartlepool for example, Aycliffe. Anyway, we really didn't know, we didn't expect to go and see quite as good a car as we've actually got, but I wouldn't expect too much miracles with me behind the wheel, to be honest. I
mean, usually you made your reputation on tarmac racing, you're quite invincible. Is shale going to be a problem for you?
Well, possibly. I mean, we've always raced shale. I mean, I've raced shale Boston, I've raced shale Sheffield. We did quite well first time we were at Sheffield. Drew up with our Higman, you know, and people said, oh, you can't race that out there, you know, and we did. And crew, we used to really enjoy crew, a bit bumpy, but we loved it, you know. And I must admit, I quite liked the shale. It was, again, the distance. I mean, it's a long way to come shale racing with Formula 2, and of course it's non-existent almost now.
Okay, with Paul Phantom, who's switched over from the V8 stock cars. He keeps going. I keep going the hot stock. Okay, you've come in a big way. You bought an excellent car from Nigel Wharton. What's your first impressions of it? Because you were out at Christmas, and the fence at Long Eaton certainly remembers you.
No, I don't think that was me. if you look back at the video, I don't think that was me. I did certainly eat it, but I'm not the one that snapped it.
Last week you were certainly on the pace, and you're obviously enjoying things. How's it going?
Yeah, I was well pleased with it. The car's a really good car, and I'm well pleased with the car. Power's unbelievable, you know. It takes a bit of getting used to. The arms was really tight towards the end of each race. That's why I was making a few mistakes. So it's just a matter of getting used to it really, and trying to get a bit fitter, I suppose. I think you got to do a lot more. It's a lot more thinking with a Formula 1 than a hot stock, because I think your wheels are a lot more exposed. So you can't just go clattering into the corner. You got to sort of think it through and just pick your time and moments to get round, you know.
Did Nigel give you any tips about the car when you bought it?
Nigel's been really good with me. He's given me a lot of advice, a lot of spares. I think I really had a good deal with the car, and I say he's really helpful. And Clive.
There's one or two people quite jealous that you got the car.
I don't know that. No, I didn't know that, but yeah, I'm really pleased with the car. Good car.
Right, with Will the winner. Long Eaton last week, 2 wins. Not bad going for a start, was it?
No, it's better than we could have expected, really, but like I say, we come out towards the end of last year, we got the car all set up. We didn't have a lot to do over the closed season, just re-bumper and nerf rail, so I was fairly confident with the first meeting being Long Eaton anyway, having done so well there towards the end of last season, so yeah.
There's two schools of thought about the start of the season. Either you go for it and go for a red roof, which really gums you up as far as the qualifiers are concerned, or you take it easy and come out for the qualifiers and clean up there. Obviously you're going for the red roof.
Yeah, well, like I've said to you in previous interviews, Steve, it's my ambition to make red roof. With the semi-finals and the world final being on tarmac this year, we're not really... Look, we want to be there on the day and still have a go, but really the thing was to try and get the red roof. Like, if I get up to red, I'm only there for a month, at least I can say, May 95, I was there, I was with the red tops, and that's really something I can look back on, and there'll be a picture of a red roof on my stock car on my front room, so, you know, that's
the way to look at it. Cars in the past have either sort of been a lot of self-building in them, obviously this time you've gone for a folding car. Do you think it's beyond you to build your own car now, or do you think now you've seen Peter, the way Peter's built it, you could probably knock one together yourself again?
Well, I think we could probably knock one together ourselves, but for what Peter's charged me for this and things he's done on it, it's not really worth a hagro. He sorted me out with this car. I mean, I intended buying a new chassis off him, but he phoned me up and said he had the ex-Mike James car, less the engine, which just suited me, and I've had it and I've not looked back really. I'm really pleased with it, you know. So, I mean, we've built cars in the past, like for Basher, and he's done all right with them, but it doesn't seem worth it at the minute, and we're a bit limited with the facilities we've got now. We've not got quite such good facilities, so we're sort of managing this way around, you know.
The folding route to success.
Yeah, let's hope so. Watch out.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We're back. Another season of Briscoe Formula One stock car racing here at Coventry will get underway shortly, but a little bit of history in the making tonight, for the simple reason that there are not only stock cars on the programme, but the rebel racers. Some of you would have seen the various... That, in fact, is the way it develops as they go down once again. Faster start-finish line with Penson in the lead. But Yarrow in car number 22, getting a little bit closer each time round. He could well be making his bid very shortly. Chandler, of course, was in trouble in the early stages, so he could well be down. Lisa Harter in third place in car number 24. We've lost a wheel on the number 97 car of Murray Harrison. Obviously well out of harm's way. To see it go, in fact. And we've got a change, and we have got a change. Penson went wide on turns 1 and 2. Yarrow took the opportunity. He went through in number 22. Penson was trying to get close enough to perhaps return the compliment as far as a little bit of bumper work was concerned, but it didn't quite happen for him on that occasion. So let's take a close look at those two again. 22 at the halfway this time round, Mr. Starter. 22 Will Yarrow, 166 in first and second places from Lisa Harter third in car number 20. Lenton still could be up there in car number 364. All credit to him if he is. Car number 33 Peter Faulding obviously is, and Dan Clark in 203. P2 making a little bit of ground along with Junior Wayman in 515. So into the second half. Yarrow in car number 22. This is the car down the home stretch. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. See, things have opened up a little bit. Yarrow once through, has certainly got away. Lisa Hart is about to try and move Penson, which she does. Just a gentle little nudge on the bumper, just at the right time too. Good bit of racing, stock car racing there from Hart. Oh, but Penson is not very happy about that, and he does slam it in on the end of the home straight. Away went Lisa Harter, and Penson regained his slot. But that again looks as if it might not yet be over. Still Yarrow in car number 22. Lisa Harter going through on the inside of Steve Penson this time. Lenton's still there. Oh, and look at Lenton. He has seized an opportunity, and my goodness me, if in fact he's through there again. You said that was the man to watch, maybe. And oh, and away goes Penson. Lisa Harter did it that time. Beautifully done. Crash bang wallop. Good night, nurse. That was it. Penson was away, and that puts him well down the field. So, 2 laps to go. Will Yarrow, he's there. Then a gap. 364. Gary Lenton in second place. 33. Peter Faulding third. Lisa Harter fourth in car number 24. Lenton has slipped out a little bit. Is he going to get caught up there? Which he does. That's a pity, because Lenton was doing well. Can he keep it going? He does. But he's got a flat rear tyre. That's a great pity, because Lenton then was showing all the promise that had revealed itself last weekend. He was driving well. Lap and a half to go, he was in trouble. There's the checkered flag for 22 Will Yarrow. Over the line in second place, Peter Faulding in 33. Lisa Harter third in 24. 250 Keith Chambers fourth. Junior Wayman fifth in 515. Whether Eric Brown is up there or not, we'll have to wait and see. Dan Clark maybe in 203. And a quartet of big raiders, those with the yellow tops, including Will Yarrow, number 22, Chris Broxham, number 338, Lisa Harter, number 24, and Ray Williams, number 26. The A graders are 213 Chandler and 203 Danny Clark. Number 155 Paul Phantom, and 21 Mark Gilbank, 343 Barry Heath, 255 and 78 Richard Johnson. Stars, 250 Keith Chambers, number 2 Paul Harrison, and 202 Richard Mason, 260 Dave Beresford, 73 Ron Cowley. Frankie Wayman 2-1-2 on the other side of Rock Counter there. And then we've got 33, Peter Faulding, 53, John Lund, 515, Junior Wayman, and a 391, Andy Smith. Is underway. Gary Lenton then into the first turning, car number 364 from 166 Steve Benson. Any problems? Yes, there is. Oh, and away they go here. Number 155. Paul Phantom caught up along with Keith Chambers in 250. He's in trouble, and so was Mark Gilbank in car number 21. And there's one iron dry in the corner there. It was 160, I think. It's sorting out there, no doubt about that. Yes, it was 166 who was in trouble. He's going to be in trouble again, straight into the wires down there on turn 1. And away goes Neville as well in car number 9, straight into the fence. And it looks as if Eric Brown's going to join him in 255. He doesn't. Nice bit of driving there from Eric. He got away with that nicely. But he's certainly under a lot of pressure even in the early stages. First from Dave Beresford, who's now passed him by. And Richard Mason likewise in 202. And John Lund in 53. Eric Brown have made the change up, and that's Senior Wayman and Mark Gilbank that's departed, 2-1-2 and 21. We're just about to say that Eric Brown, of course, having made the change to Formula 1 racing, will no doubt take a little while to get settled up. 155, that's another one that's gone down there on the first bend. Paul Phantom. So there's the lead car, Gary Lenton in car number 364. Oh, and Yarrow gets caught up there in number 22. Doesn't impede his progress too much. Gilbank, remember, was in trouble in the early stages, so it's Lisa Harter who's in that third place in car number 24. Ray Williams has still got to be up there, I think, in car number 26. Dan Clark too, likewise, and also there 338, Chris Broxer. So let's go through them again from the front. Lenton in 364, Yarrow in 22, Harter in 24, Broxop in 338, Clark in 203, Williams in 26, and Chandler in 213. That's how they are. Well spread around here. Brown in trouble over on the far side in 255. Junior Wayman doing his best to get into contention in 515. Lenton sliding past the 166, yeah. And that would be quite something if indeed it comes off, because as a voice has just whispered to me, Lenton looks as if he might well be in a position in a moment to actually lap Junior Wayman. That's if he avoids the problems. Is he going to avoid that one? Yes, he is. Now remember that in fact it's Yarrow's in second place in 22, and Lenton finds himself around the outside of the circuit, which has held him back just a little bit, but he gets back on the inside. Right in front of him a whole clutch of top names which he's got to battle past and hope to avoid the problems. He's done it so far, then he almost lost it. They're all climbing on top of one another on that Coventry bend, coming up against this clutch of back markers, which is creating a problem or two. It's still Gary Lenton though in 364 doing his best to fight off the challenge. Yarrow finds himself in a bit of trouble at the halfway stage in car number 22, and it's Lisa Harter who moves up and then bumps Lenton down that back straight, and away goes Lenton. Harter almost goes as well, but she maintains her course, and into the home straight comes Lisa Harter in car number 24, leading the pack from 22. Wolf Yarrow, and Smith's gone out on the far side in car number 391. And there's trouble too for 250 Keith Chambers and Junior Wayman in 515, trampling all over one another, but it's Lisa Harter in the lead in car number 24 from Will Yarrow in car number 22 in that second place, coming out of the Coventry turn. Now there's still a long way to go, and anything can happen in this one. The Man of the Midlands Trophy, who's it going to go? Oh, and Lisa Harter there almost finds herself in trouble, but avoids it. So does Yarrow in 22. Who's coming curling through the field after them? It could be Dan Clark in number 203, but he's got a lot of ground to make up as he goes down that back straight. A big gap between first, second, and then the third place as the first and second come through. It's still Lisa Harter in car number 24, but Will Yarrow in car number 22. Harter goes a little bit wide. Yarrow trying to drop through on the inside, but he's not quite quick enough there, and Harter shuts him out nicely. It is still Lisa Harter in car number 24 from 22. Will Yarrow in that second place. He bumps his way down the back straight again, trying to get close enough. Harter hangs the tail end right out, but she's still in the lead. Miss Lisa Harter coming through with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, it is still Miss Lisa Harter in car number 24 from 22 and 203. And then 213, yes, they're up there as well. And then Peter Fording in car number 33. But Lisa Harter out in the lead, and a useful one to have with 5 to go. Drivers climbing clear, that's Linton who's climbed out safely over there, but it's Lisa Harter. In car number 24 from Yarrow in second place in car number 22, but very longer. That might not be the situation because Dan Clark's coming through down that back straight. They both tangle, and that could be the opportunity for Deschamps to come through, but he doesn't take it, and it's still Dan Clark battling away for second place. The bumpers are going to go in there. Just watch Fording. He's trying to put them all away, and my goodness, he succeeded. He succeeded. Crash, bang, wallop, in went the bumper, and Peter Fording from 4th to 2nd as cars went out like billiard balls down the bays. Well. Still Lisa Harter though in car number 24 from Peter Fording in 33, and it could well be that despite his forward progress, Fording, Lisa Harter gets caught up there with the back marker, and Peter Fording has just got 2 laps to get a little bit closer. It's still Lisa Harter in car number 24, down past the start-finish line. Into turns 1 and 2 on the pit bench he goes. Still Lisa Harter in car number 24, about to record a grand final win. Surely not the first that she's done here at Coventry, I don't think. Remember me right, yes, she did win one last year. Last lap coming up, and is it going to be a Lisa Harter win? Car number 24 out in the lead. Powers it round turns 1 and 2 for the last time. Peter Fording in that second place in car number 33. Certainly things have changed further down the field, but all eyes as they go through the Coventry turn for the last time. Our starter gets the checkered flag ready, and Lisa Harter takes tonight's grand final, the Man of the Midlands Pro 11 trophy from Peter Fording in car number 33. And what might well be Paul Harrison in car number 2, that's just an observation. And Lisa Harter recording her second grand final win here at Coventry. She did win one last year. Okay, Mr. Starter, Reds, if you would.
I'm a bit dirty.
Ladies and gentlemen, our popular winner, number 24, Lisa Harter.
Can I just have a sip?
Lisa, that's Brew 11. Down to 1, Lisa. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not allowed no more.
I was saying, they'll do us on a train's description. That's the Man of the Midlands.
Oh, you make us all cry.
6 was
Right, here we go then. So, second Coventry final, and I'm pleased to say it's the Man of the Midlands.
Well, I feel very proud indeed to be Man of the Midlands.
You're probably more of a man than the rest of the drivers out there, somebody would say. Was it really as easy as it looked?
No, it's not. Well, you've got to concentrate for yourself. It's the other drivers you've got to watch out for. You need eyes in the back of your head.
You were under pressure by number 22, Will Yarrow, for a good while. It's perhaps a good job you made the break when you did, because Peter Fording arrived on the scene and shifted 5th, 4th and 3rd in one go.
It's a good job I did get, it's a good job, yeah. I could see him coming.
Over the winter, obviously there's some work being done on the car. What has the main development been? Is it just been just making the car lighter or better handling?
We haven't done anything to the car, to tell you the truth. All we've done is just put some side pods on there, the front aerofoil, and that's been it. We took it up to the engine builders just so it was running properly, and that's been it. We've just been that busy at work, we just didn't have time.
What's the objective for this year? Because I'm asking everybody that. Obviously you're going after that World Final qualification.
I'd like red roof this year.
Red roof, now that's the second driver that said you want red roof.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there sort of an ambition really burning inside you to be, I know it says on your bumper now, Britain's Premier Lady, I mean there's no doubt about that. Are you sort of out to emulate Jane Bean or be better?
No, I've always wanted to win a final, and now I've had the final. I just think I'm going to up it now. I'm not saying I don't want more finals, I do, but I'd just like to try for that red roof.
You've really done yourself proud again. I mean, it's horrible to be sexist, but for a woman to take on the best and beat them, you must be really proud of yourself.
I can't explain how I feel. It feels great, just to be able to beat them. Really does. You can't explain it.
Are you coming out in the Grand National from a lap down?
Yes. Oh yeah, best hurry, they're already out.
Okay then, so I'll let you go.
Thank you.
Sponsored by Dagenham Motors in association.
Well, here we are at Coventry, and it's the early May meeting, and it's stunningly hot, and also man on hot form this first grading period has been Barry Heath, who's actually managed it to red top for the first time in his career. Now, it didn't look like it was going to happen to start with this year. He came out of Northampton with that brand new tarmac car, and what happened, Barry?
It broke.
In a rather big way, didn't it?
In big style, but at the end of the day, it was as bad as I thought, like, so we was back out again, like, 3 weeks later. We only missed one tarmac meeting, which was Hartlepool, which we were going anyway, like, so we're back on the road again. I think if I hadn't raced on tarmac with the other car, I just think I'd have still been, like, top blue sort of thing, but the tarmac car just give me them extra few points to get me there, like. But I ain't really had no good runs in the tarmac car yet. When I get sorted, I'll be quite happy with it, like.
It certainly seems to have a very powerful car, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it certainly lays the... Is it frightening you at all with the amount
Well,
of power
don't
it's
frighten
got?
me, it's just, you've got to drive it different, like, I mean, once you're used to driving shale, tarmac's a totally different game, mate, like, and you can't adapt just like that. I mean, I have a good few laps, and then I tend to lose my brain, and back to square one again.
Ballistic Barry again.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes out.
The green goes down first time. We're underway. Event 3 on your programme, the Neaton Ford Mondeo LX Trophy. Well, Tim Warwick puts his foot hard down on the old loud pedal and goes tramping down the home straight. Almost to the extent of going too far out, but he managed to get away with it, although John Angus in car number 80 is anxious to get round him on the outside. Colin Dare was in trouble in the early stages. Tim Warwick goes wide on the Coventry bend, as a result of which Angus takes the lead in car number 80. And Warwick has a problem with Scullin in car number 152, and that's going to happen, and they all go bowling in right down here in front of race control. All the drivers are all okay. 152 Neil Scullin is facing the oncoming traffic. Dan is involved there in car number 282. He's about to try and back off. And it looks as if they're going to try and get themselves sorted, but of course they need space. Jim Collins in trouble in car number 400, so was Penson in car number 166. Away goes Ned in 282. And across the track and getting the motor out of the way, Glyn Daft in car number 96 and Scullin in car number 152. It's Daft, in fact, who's the man who rejoins after that little commotion because Scullin has a flat rear tyre which has put him out of this race. Rob Cowley then winds it up down the home straight in car number 73. Paulie in car number 33, followed by 53 John London, 250. Keith Chambers. But it looks as if it's Ray Williams in the lead in car number 26, Gareth Bott in number 41, John Angus in car number 80, and Roger Bromley in car number 14, followed by 73 Mon Cowley. Neil Smith in car number 507 has abandoned ship, so to speak, as his car's into the fence down there. Driver on the safe side, no problems for him. Interesting enough, we'll have a look and see what's going on down. Still there from Gareth Bott in car number 41 in that second place. Then we've got Rob Cowley, number 73, moving up into the third slot as he went beneath the number 80 car of John Angus on the back straight. However, chasing him hard is Peter Fawley in car number 33, who did it up nicely. John Lund as well isn't giving too much away. A deep last pass Colin there in 280. Bott getting a little bit closer here as they exit from turn 4 and come into the home straight away. Williams in fact loses a little bit and Bott goes through. Williams looked as if he was going to have a little munch at the back end of the 41 car, but it didn't happen. So it's Gareth Bott who goes into the lead in car number 41 from Ray Williams in number 26, Rob Cowley in 73, 33 Peter Fawley, 53 John Lund, and 250 Keith Chambers. Then comes and that's the halfway Mr. Snyder. So Bott then in the lead at the halfway stage in car number 41. Peter Fawley gets tangled up, and that was all that John Lund needed to flash by in car number 53, so this changes a little way down. The leader, though, unaffected. It's Gareth Bott in number 41 from Ray Williams in number 26. John Lund now third in number 53, followed by Peter Fawley in 33, 250, Keith Chambers in 73, Rob Cowley. And it looks as if Peter Fawley is going to go blasting after John Lund in car number 53. Sparks flying from beneath the Ray Williams car in number 26 as he makes a bid to try and get a little bit closer to Gareth Bott, but Bott still holding him off and roars down the home stretch with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. With 5 laps to go, it is number 41, Gareth Bott, the leader from 26. Ray Williams, 53, John London, just looking at something's going to go surely before this flag goes down. Williams trying to get back on the inside of Bott. Bott shuts him out nicely and still maintains that number 1 position, but John Lund comes through. Past Ray Williams, so does Peter Fawley. Both John Lund has moved up into second place in car number 53, followed by 33, Peter Fawley, 250 and 26, 73. 41 now, Gareth Bott, now being chased all the way down the back straight by number 53, John Lund. John Lund really trying to narrow the distance, not getting close enough yet as he comes past the start finish line. It's still Gareth Martin, car number 41 from 53, and then 33, Peter Foley. Anything could happen in this one before the checker flag goes down, and there's still ample opportunity for changes as Bott loses in there a little bit. Lund winds it up. He's going to put the bumper in on that turn, and it's as a result of that, Bott goes wide. They tangle again, but it's John Lund who takes the lead in car number 53, but Peter Foley's followed the same line through in car number 33. Lund is in that third place in car number 41, but gets the old heave-ho there from Keith Chambers in car number 250, and away goes Bott into the fence on that turn. It's 53 and 33 now fighting it out, and Conlon gets in the way of Peter Faulding there, and that enables John Lund to get away just a little bit. As you look at it, Peter Faulding was winding up to mount an attack in the closing stages on John Lund. It's 53, John Lund from 33, Peter Faulding, then 250, Keith Chambers, 73, Rob Cowley, 26, Ray Williams, then a big gap until they come to John Ankers and Roger Bromley in car number 14, but it's all eyes on the last lap on John Lund in car number 53, Faulding slowing down just a little bit on that turn there. Has he got a problem? Car number 33 then in that second place with Keith Chambers in pursuit, car number 250, but it looks to me as if it's going to be a win at this stage for John Lund in car number 53, who suddenly opens up a big gap between first and second places, and as he comes out of the Coventry turn for the last time, it's John Lund who gets the checker flag driving car number 53, but Peter Faulding in car number 33, 250, Keith Chambers, 73, Rob Cowley, and then is it going to be Ray Williams or John Ankers in the placings there in car number 80 from Roger Bromley, number 14, and maybe Williams just about in car number 26 with a flat rear tyre.
Our conversations are coming a little bit more regular now, John. You start to win again.
I'm just having a lucky streak.
Slightly different track conditions from last week, of course. Last week we had the rugged action of Stoke. Has your back recovered?
No, my back was all right, actually, yeah. I used to have trouble with my back, but it's not so bad these days.
Obviously, Coventry used to be a happy hunting ground for you, but last year you had all sorts of problems. I seem to remember 18 cars on the start-finish line and general disasters. Do you think your looks changed this year?
No, I will never say that. Yeah, hopefully I will have a bit better run here than last year.
This grand final, which is also, of course, a World Championship qualifying round, so quite interesting. John Lund was the man that we missed out of the lineup there, number 53, the car obliterated by the car at the side of him. They're all out there, and one noticeable absentee would appear to be Junior Wayman, number 515. Flag goes down and underway. Who's going to take tonight's grand final? Well, in 20 laps we shall know. John Ankers in car number 80 and Nigel Wally in 198 who lead them down there. Paul Montague goes round there in car number 381. Roger Bromley's in trouble in the early stages. So is Mark Eaton in car number 61, and so's Rob Cowley in car number 73. In fact, all sorts of trouble for the star men there, including Dan Clark in number 203, Barry Heath in 343, Keith Chambers in 350, and Peter Faulding in car number 33. So that's a quite disastrous start for several of the much fancied and star men. Goodness me, very unfortunate start. So, up and there's more problems over on the far side. They're going to go there. Kazer's right up in the air in car number 495. Barry Heath involved again in number 343. Keith Chambers pulling off for the safety of the centre green in car number 250. Barry Heath trying to get restarted over on the far side, but he's already way down, and certainly right out of this one. Bumps going in on that third and fourth turn as a whole ruck of cars comes down, including Ankers. Eaton in 61. And it was 155 who went a little bit on the wide side down there. Some ground, and that was Paul Vander in car number 155. Gets himself involved again up there. So does Ankers in car number 80. He's gone phantom, manages to keep moving just as Richard Mason in car number 202 comes driving pretty hard as well. Looks like Dave Johnson in 363, and just behind him is Jamie Davison in 464. Mark Gilback not having a very satisfactory night. 21. Frankie Wayman in car number 212, he's down there. And just behind him is Richard Mason, car number 202. 380. That's the lead car. From 61 in second place. Ray Williams in car number 26 is still up there. It looks like Murray Harrison in car number 97 who's challenging strongly. He puts the bumper in on Williams in car number 26 at the end of the back straight. Williams wide and Harrison comes through. 380, 61 and 97 first segment. Third, Peter Fording of course was in trouble in the early stages. He of course has got a lot to do. He's not there. Somebody else departing up on the far side. In fact it's Nigel Wally in car number 198 and taking Frankie Wayman with him. Bantam's in trouble down here right in front of race control and immediately gets clobbered by Kaiser in car number 380. 61 looks as if he might be taking over. Marking in car number 61 over on that far side. As Kaiser fought his way back in car number 380, it looks as if that might be the case. Murray Harrison in car number 97, he too is very much mixing in with all and sundry. Peter Fording got to bit between his teeth, but remember he's well down so as they come through again. It looks like 380 the leader from number 97 in second place. That's how it is by the look of it. Then 61 there. All of them sorted out, so let's pick it up. Oh, that's the leader caught up there. That's the halfway, Mr. Starter. So this is proving to be quite an event. It looks as if Murray Harrison's gone into the lead, but he's being chased by number 61, Marking. It's still up there by the look of it. In that second place, we'll see them as they come through again. Murray Harrison in car number 97. He goes bobbing down the whole straight into the mid-bend turn. 380. Is he there? Barry Heath, of course, parked above on that side. But it's Murray Harrison who's setting the pace now, coming through. And around the combi turn into the whole straight. Murray Harrison in car number 97, winding it up really well and attempting to pull his way back from the 380 car in that second place by the look of it. Well, certainly setting a hot one there. Down the far side, Richard Mason in car number 202 is still being chased by Jamie Davison in 464 all the way through. But it's Harrison who's pulling away nicely. Number 97. Interesting to see what's happening a little bit further down because Mason is certainly winding it up well, and so is Davidson in 464. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. Murray Harrison certainly has the bit between his teeth. Trouble on that top turn. And again, the car's sliding and slipping all over the place, but Harrison avoids all the problems. Slow. The field standing. He gets caught up over on the far side in 61. Mason's getting a bit closer to the 380 car. Jamie Davidson trying to seize the opportunity to come through on the inside, which he's done. And it's Davidson who moves up the place. Goodness, he really cracked anchors away there. And it certainly was a case of anchors away because the number 80 car went thumping into the fence very, very hard indeed. Driver all okay. And Davidson once again getting stuck in. 382. Case as the man who was on the receiving end there. He's past it. It's 464 who goes through and gets a little bit closer to the front of the pack. But the leader is still Murray Harrison in car number 97. Roaring his way around here is a really hot place indeed. 61, 464, 380. And whether Paul Harrison is up there or not remains to be seen. Yes indeed he is. Paul Harrison is definitely there. So is Richard Mason in car number 202. And just look at them, all nudging and thumping one another down that far side. Quite incredible. Paul Harrison, he too, doing his best to get closer to the front of the pack. And it's going to be checkered flag time. It's going to be Murray Harrison by the look of it in car number 97, who crosses the line in first place. Who's second? Well, it's close. Could be 61 or 464. Check charts. Check of the charts will tell us which is which. But my goodness, what a final and what a hot pace they were setting all the way around this raceway throughout that grueling 20 laps.
We don't touch them with that, though, Marie. No. Get out, Marie.
Right. Can't work with these. Okay, Murray, it's been a traumatic year for you because try as you might, you've been in good positions during the races and there's always something gone wrong with the car or you're a bit trouble, and finally you've dropped down to blue, but it's come right.
Well, once or twice in that race there, I got a bit of a panic and I thought I was tangled up and hooked up a couple of times, but I think I was a little bit lucky to get away with it as well I did. But to be perfectly honest with you, like, I don't like starting at blue. I find it harder starting at blue than I do at red. I'd much rather be back there with the reds, like. You find with the blue tops, a lot of them all try and do it in the first couple of laps, and you get picked out and, you know, you get caught up into the people's little squabbles and battles, like. Where in the reds, like, they all push and barge, but nobody really tries to get rid of you straight away, like.
I mean, how do you sort of, when you went from a run last year, like you had a very good run towards the end of last season, and then this year it all went wrong, how do you keep the morale of the team up? I mean, it must be really hard work.
It's been hard. I mean, this week we've been working on the car. We've had a lot of work on the car. We've painted it. We haven't got it sign written yet due to the fact that he hasn't been able to get here yet, but I mean, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday night, we was up at the shed working on the car until about 11:30, 12:30 at night some nights. You know, it's a lot of work putting into it, like, and it just needs something like this now and again to sort of like pick the thing back up again, like, and get your motivation going again, like, you know. I think that's done the world, not just myself, but the team, a lot of good.
There's a lot of cars out there, and of course Murray Harrison has got it all to do with that handicap. He'll no doubt be doing his best to get into the places as the green flag goes out and down, and we're underway. And it's car number 40 who leads them away there, and already there is mayhem on Coventry Bend, and that's even before 4 or 5 of them have even crossed the start-finish line. Gareth Bott is high and dry up there in car number 41, and the other one looks like Jim Conlon in car number 400. Paul Montague's in trouble as well, so is Mark Eaton in cars 381 and 61. Jim Conlon gets restarted in car number 400, just as Richard Mason goes blasting by in 202 and number 21. The leader then is car number 40, Steve Smith from Brandon and near Coventry. Steve Smith then, there he is. Dave King in second place in car number 31. 96 Glyn Daft third. Fourth place, well, that looks it might be 155 now. We'll just check that as they come through again. Frankie Wayman in 212, he's there. Oh my goodness me, and that is Gilbank in car number 21, really putting it in hard on that third turn, and certainly the opposition knew about it, and Mason in fact is doing his best to return the compliment because he was the man on the receiving end. Well, it didn't quite happen then, but it looks as if it might again, and Gilbank knew that he was in line for a smack, but he didn't get it on that occasion, and in his eagerness Richard Mason has decided that enough's enough, and he takes it on to the safety of the centre green and get well out of harm's way. Tim Warwick in number 307 loses a little bit of time there, and now punching up a little bit further down. Bott moves off onto the rumble strip, swings the car round the mid-bend turn, gets away with it on that occasion. Jamie Davidson is applying pressure to Rob Cowley in number 73. Dan Clark's moving around nicely in 203. So is Beresford in 260, and Paul Harrison in number 2. Down here we've got a problem or two, and it looks like Neil Long in car number 79 who has come to grief. Car number 40 still leading just about. Down that far side he goes. 381 was in second place, and in fact he could now take over because just look at him going in on the Coventry turn, and it's 381 who's taken over, Mr. Starden. 381 from 96, and those two are having a ding dong. The 381 car moves into the Roger Bromley car, already parked up. It's Glyn Daft who's taken over in car number 96 from Paul Montague in 381, and Montague's going to have a go there and misses it and goes out again, loses valuable time as cars go onto the centre green out of harm's way. It's 96 from 381. Dan Clark's going to be up there now in car number 203, and he's going to pressure Montague, which indeed he does, pushing him aside. Moves through on the inside, his front end clips Jamie Davidson. He's looking for him up as well in 464, but it doesn't quite happen on that occasion, but Davidson is really behind the pressure. There's the leader, 96 Glyn Daft, the one car who's leading there with 203. Dan Clark in that second place, followed by Jamie Davidson in 464. Paul Harrison could be up there in car number 2, which indeed he is. There comes Dave Beresford in car number 260. Murray Harrison is fighting away through in car number 97, gets tangled up there, and that might well put play to his chances. He was doing quite well until then. 391, Andy Smith is there, and so in number 22, Will Garrow, and that's the halfway, Mr. Starter. so into the second half of a race which really is providing plenty of action all the way around this track. Really putting the pressures on, there's no doubt about that. It's Glendaff in car number 96 ahead from 203, Dan Clark, and 464, Jamie Davison. Then comes Paul Harrison in car number 2, followed by 33, Peter Faulding, 260, Jamie Davison. Well, whether Faulding's there or not, we'll just have to check. But certainly, Dave Beresford is. So we look around again and see what's going to happen as Daft goes really wanging down the home straight into turns 1 and 2. Gets pulled by a back marker, then puts that back marker behind him. Jamie Davidson looks as if he might be lining up a challenge for that second place currently held by Dan Clark in number 203. Down the straightaway they go again. It is still Glenn Daft in car number 96, but it looks as if Clark is getting a little bit close in car number 203. Jamie Davis having a go at Clark, then trying to move him aside, but it doesn't quite happen, and that's enabled Daft to get away just a little bit again. Car number 96, Glenn Daft is the leader, coming out of turn 3 on the Coventry bend down the home straight. It's Glenn Daft in car number 96 from 203, Dan Clark at 464, Jamie Davidson with 5 next time is the starter. Getting a little bit closer is Paul Harrison in car number 2, and that's 4 or 5 cars are broken away from the rest of the field. Once again, Davidson trying to get into contention with 203. It goes the bumper again, but it's on the back marker. Rob Cowley pulls off with the flat rear tyre in car number 73. Still Glenn Daft holding on in car number 96. Away goes number 41, Gareth Bott. Moved aside there, and Dan Clark lost a little bit of ground. Paul Harrison seized the opportunity to move through into third place. Birch 1, 2, 3 coming down the home stretch now. Car number 96, Glenn Daft from 464, and with 4 waved yellows have gone out. Waved yellows have gone out. Up on the grid with 1 or 2 surprises, amongst them not the least the return of John Wright driving car number 128, an ex-Bobby Burns car that, and it's good to see him back. No longer resident in Long Eaton, a little bit further up the road so to speak, but back into Formula 1 racing after a short trip into the world of stock rods. So, who's out there? 280, the one-man roadshow Colin Nairn from Leicester. Next to him, Steve Lewin, Norwich-based in number 129. And for his second out of the evening, Steve Smith in car number 40. The yellows, Ray Williams in car number 26. He's from Long Eaton, 337. Dave Willis. He comes from Bedworth. John Angus from Wrexham drives car number 80. And from Stony Stand in Leicestershire, John Goodall, number 5. Number 16, next out on the grid, another Norwich-based man, Rob Newsom from Norwich in car number 16, and Phil Wilton back in the fray after having problems and missing a weekend of racing. And that's number 6, Phil Will. Right, the Blues then on the corner there. 24, Lisa Harter from Halstead. 215, Jeff Nichols from Melton Mowbray. 364 and 92. George Braithwaite in car number 92. 338, Chris Broxop. Matt Bennett in car number 413. And we've got number 380 and 109 again, Phil Smith. 226, Mark Webster, and 128, the already mentioned John Wright. Then we've got Barry Heath in 343, 260, Dave Beresford, 464, Jamie Davidson, 73, Rob Cowley. An unfortunate trip to Bradford, or at least that's where he was intended to go last Monday. Broke down on the step road of the motorway, didn't make it, but obviously sorted things out now. We've got Dan Clark there in number 203, 77 again, Ian Platts, and then number 2, Paul Harrison. John Lundy, car number 53. First time, 30 cars on the grid, and they're away with Colin Nairn in car number 282, about to lead the pack into turns 1 and 2 on the pit bend. Steve Smith just behind him in car number 40, and already there are problems. 380. Stephen Kaiser is one of them. Barry Heath is another in 343. Nairn has joined that few cars on the Coventry turn in the fence. Looks as if Chris Broxop has got a problem as well over on the far side in car number 338. Tim Warwick goes by on the home stretch, and Rob Harrop in 258 hits the fence, bounces back out again and continues racing, or at least hopes to. I think he's got to find some traction first, and he won't until he can get to a little bit further out. The car handling like the proverbial pig actually over on that far side, but he eventually gets out of the shale. The loose shale finds a way round. Here's trouble down here for Gary Lenton in 364. Tackles with Tim Warwick in 307. Round goes Dave Beresford in 260. He almost takes Mark Webster out with him in 226. Mark, in fact, loses the power, gets shoved down the home straight by 203 Dan Clark, then finds it again. Eventually rejoins the racing. The number 16 car of Rob Newsom's departed. Lisa Hart has gone as well in car number 24, and it's number 26, your leader, Mr. Stardo. Ray Williams in car number 26, coming out of the fourth bend, or fourth turn now on the Coventry bend, in the lead. Car number 26, Ray Williams. Something's going to go down there. Wallop, it does. Tim Warwick again in number 307. John Ankers does the same in car number 80. Slipping and sliding down there. John Lund trying to make a little bit of progress in car number 53. Immediately in front of him, Paul Harris in car number 2. Then 464, Jamie Davidson, and moving a little further forward is Ian Platts in number 77, about to try and get underneath the 215 car of Jeff Nichols. 26 and 5 and 413, first, second and third. 109, well, he could be in fourth place at the moment. Then John Wright might well be doing quite nicely in number 128. Harry Lenton in 364. Oh, and that's Matthew Bennett in 413, sliding into the parked up car of Tim Warwick. Didn't create too many problems for him, and certainly didn't let Phil Smith through, although Phil's still trying. Right in the middle of the Coventry bend, it looks like Rob Cowley, number 73, and Jeff Nichols in 215. And there's another one who says enough's enough as far as this one's concerned. That's Ian Platts in 77. He pulls off to the safety of the green. Sparks flying from beneath the Danny Clark car, number 203, as he muscles his way past Goodall in number 5. Nichols now on the centre as well, out of harm's way, and that's the halfway, Mr. Starder. 26 then. Ray Williams still the lead car. From John Goodall in second place in car number 5. Matt Bennett third in 413. Then maybe John Wright in car number 128. Phil Smith in 109. And then it could well be Paul Harrison in car number 2. Oh, and right goes, right as departing, crowded out on the entrance to turns 1 and 2, and straight into the Tim Warwick car, which has been parked up there for a little while, number 307. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. Johnny Goodall's gone. Indicates to the starter that he's got a serious problem, or lost all the power. He was doing quite nicely until then, so he'd be quite disappointed about that. Lisa Harter's still performing on the middle of the Coventry turn there, and not getting very far in so doing. And the lead car's gone, has he? Looks as if he might have done. Will there be a change? Is Ray Williams still there in car number 26? Yes, he is, but Matt Bennett seizes an opportunity here maybe to get a little bit closer. Dan Clark goes a little bit wide. Ray Williams comes through on the inside in car number 26, and Matt Bennett's right behind him in car number 43. Now winding it up a little bit quicker now as the track's drying out there. The lead cars are both in difficulty there, missing the Steve Smith car, which was spinning away in front of them. But both Ray Williams and Matt Bennett missed that car. Williams goes to the outside of the turn. He's going to put the bumper in to try and move Matt Bennett aside. Will he succeed? Not on that occasion, he doesn't. And Matt Bennett goes ahead in car number 413 from Williams in car number 26, still in that second place. Jamie Davidson, well, he's not there. Rob Cowell is also down, so it could well be that John Lund might be the next in the placings, followed by Paul Harrison in car number 2, then Phil Smith in 109. Mark Webster could well be there too in 226, but again, ladies and gentlemen, please, just observations, because obviously a lot of things have been happening, and again, with 30 cars on track and the situation that it is out there on track, we need to check the charts very carefully. Steve Lewis got a problem, quite obviously. There's the last lap board going out to Matt Bennett, number 413. 53, John Lund. Maybe in that second position. We'll just check that through. Yes, that's indeed confirmed. Paul Harrison in third place now in car number 2, fourth 109. And as for the rest, well, we'll wait till they have been checked. There's the checkered, and Matthew Bennett takes it in number 413. A good drive from Matthew. In conditions which are far from ideal, but he powered it through there.
Right, that's the first win out of the way of the evening. Now you've got to put another one together to get on the first row. Is that good for you?
Have a go at it, just have a go, see what happens.
You've put 1 or 2 good results together already this season. You've already had a win at Bradford. How's it going so far?
For truth, I've had orders from the pit crew to ease off the right foot a bit and do a bit of thinking.
Well, that'll be strange for you. You haven't been one for going slow, really, have you, Matthew? Ever since you were in the minis, you were quick.
No, I charge in bully-headed and then think later, but I'm trying to slow down a bit now.
Well, the conditions tonight weren't ideal for racing. It's very slippy on the outside. What was your way of getting through that race? Just kick on the good line?
Try and keep on the inside, and as I look at it, I didn't really have anyone in my way to stop me that time. No spin outs or anything. Nearly got cocked up at the corner with Ray Williams, but I got away with it.
Do you think you'll make the front row?
I'll tell you in a few hours' time.
A man with a check, driver of the month, George Braithwaite. Been a good month for you, George. A final win there at Stoke, a heat win at Bradford as well. It's going rather well, but from white top, George, I can remember you being a red top.
The stick I've had about being a white top's unbelievable. I just looked in the grading list and I was down to white, so you do what you're told, don't you?
The amazing thing is, of course, the car, as we've discussed a little bit earlier, is quite a vintage car for stock cars. 1984 it was built, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You kept it in good fettle, is it because it's not raced much? Or
Well, that's it, yeah. I don't race so much, so...
Are you enjoying your racing now, sort of independent effort?
Yeah, it's all right.
So, obviously you must have a favourite track. You're going to say Stoke because you won a final there. I mean, it's donkey's years since you've been down here at Coventry. What do you think of it here tonight?
I think if it dried out, I could have got used to it, but as I say, I've got a load of damage, so I can't race anymore tonight.
Now, you're going to be a spectator for the rest of the evening, by the look of things, because there's various bits missing off the car. Who do you think is going to win this big race tonight?
Well, it's anybody's on a track like this, isn't it? You know, another shower of rain, it's slippy again. But, I don't know. John Lund, maybe, yeah?
Well, I was dare say you'll be cheering there, won't you?
Yeah, oh yes.
OK then, George, we'll let you get off. And we'll no doubt see you race next week at Long Eaton. Yeah. Cheers, George.
So we move on to event 3 with once again 30 cars on the grid, racing for the CPL Furnace Heat 3 trophy. Led off by first time out Dave Cottrell in number 75, Jason Control the side of him in 396. Then we've got Neil Long in 79, 400 Jim Conlon, 134 Wally Bingham, 424 Mike Haywood, 152 Neil Scullen, 198 Nigel Wally, Dave Willis in 337, Dave King in 31, and Giant Gus in car number 80. Mark Mark Eaton in 61, 78 Richard Johnson, 364. Harry Linton, 371, Shane Dole, 380, Stephen Kayser, 413, Matt Bennett, 495, John Kayser, they're the star men, 21, Mark Gilbank, 250, Keith Chambers, 213, Des Chandler, 73, Rob Cowley, 343, Barry Heath, 202, Richard Mason, 515, Junior Wayman, 391, Andy Smith, and 53, John Lunn. 29 cars on the grid, the green flag goes down first time, and we're underway. Dave King in car number 31 is the first to have a problem. He's quickly followed by Neil Long in car number 79. John Anchors goes straight into the fence as well. And so does Keith Chambers in 250, slipping and sliding completely out of control. Oh, on the far side, Jim Conlon is right in the middle of the oncoming traffic, gets thumped from pillar to post down on that far side, and then goes onto the centre green and gets hit by Cowley in car number 73. Gary Lenton's up on the centre as well. Dave Haywood has gone on to the centre green with a flat rear tyre in number 424. And Rich Johnson's just about to rejoin in car number 78. 364, Gary Lenton's about to rejoin. 396 the leader in the early stages. We started. So the yellow flags go out. So they're on that slow lap rolling start, and it indicated that Mr. Lund was quite good at pacing a race like this, as we've seen at World Finals and other events, and he's doing just that right now. In just a moment, those 27 cars are going to burst into life from the 1995 Colt Product sponsored BSCDA British Drivers' Championship will be underway, and it is. The green flag is down first time, and away they go into that corner. The power comes on all the way down, and it's going to be close as they go into turn one with John Lund in car number 53 and Matt Bennett 413 leading, and there's problems for Jamie Davison and Dave King in 454 and 31. John Lund going down that back straight in the lead in car number 53. No casualties around there. John Lund goes a little bit wide. Paul Harrison tries to come through on the inside, but it doesn't quite happen for him. Matt Bennett in third place in car number 413. Dave Beresford is there in 260, and then the defending champion Bill Smith in car number 109. And surprisingly enough, despite that close back formation, they're all well away. Neil Scullin struggling just a little bit down here on the home straight, car number 152, and the field's already spread around, goes blocked off right here on the home straight, car number 338. That's put away any chances that he might have had. 53 and number 2, John Lund and Paul Harrison still dogging each other out and down that turn, and both of them go wide again on turns 1 and 2, but it's still under the edge in car number 53 for Paul Harrison in car number 2. Harrison drops back just a little bit, and then Dave Beresford in that third place with Matt Bennett 413 getting clobbered by car number there. And then we've got a problem on that and it's waved yellows, Mr. Stoddard. Keep them under yellows, Mr. Stoddard, keep them under yellows. Your leader is John Lund, number 53. We've got a problem on that bottom turn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can we explain that after a delay of 5 minutes under yellow flags, a race has to be restarted. That's the rule in the book. The 5-minute delay under yellows has taken place, hence the reds have gone out and the race means a complete restart. Those are the rules. They're away again. Let's see what happens this time over 20 laps, and it's John Lund who breaks away in car number 53 from number 2. We've got a problem over on the far side even before they get as far as the start-finish line. And who's that making up across there? Lisa Harder climbing out of the car. John Lund going a little bit wide, and Paul Harrison trying to come through on the inside, but Lund shuts the door. There's 53 and number 2 from Junior Wayman in 515, and Beresford in car number 260, moving rapidly down there with Bill Smith in car number 109, followed by Andy Smith in 391. Still John Lund going rapidly down the back straight into 3 and 4, putting the brakes on a little bit there. A little shove of the bumper might make all the difference, but Paul Harrison refrains from doing it on that occasion. They're all very close as Junior Wayman goes hammering down there as well, and so does Beresford in 260, followed by Bill Smith in 109, 391, Andy Smith 464, Jamie Jamie Davidson, 2 and 3, dank, who was involved in that earlier. Shimoslow on that far side. Bumpers going in there, and away goes Harrison as Junior Wayman popped it in there nicely. Beresford getting close on Wayman. There's 152. Neil Scullen pulls off to the safety zone degree. It's John Lundy, car number 53 from Junior Wayman in 515 and 260. Dave Beresford, first, second and third places. Then a bit of a gap till he comes to Phil Smith in car number 109. 391, Andy Smith at number 2. Paul Harrison fighting to regain some of the places lost on the last lap. Jamie Davidson in the frame as well in car number 464. Then a gap till he comes to Richard Mason in car number 202. As they go round again, it's still Lundy, car number 53 from Junior Wayman in 515. Not too far away is Dave Beresford in car number 260. Then the 391 car of Paul Harrison in car number 2. Jamie Davidson dropped down a little bit, 464, and so is Phil Smith in 109. Then the gap then to 202. Richard Mason down that home straight they go. 515 Junior Wayman losing the back end of it there, but John Lund looks as if he's opening up a bit of the gap. Number 53, John Lund and 515 Junior Wayman from 260. Dave Beresford in first, second and third places, and those three cars have opened up a gap between the rest of the field. In that fourth place is 391 Andy Smith, followed by Paul Harrison in car number 2, Jamie Davidson, and then Phil Smith in 109 and 202, Richard Mason 77, Ian Platts and John Lund really motoring around here very rapidly indeed, and Junior Wayman dropping back a little bit, and it looks as if Dave Beresford might well be lining up for the 515 car to try and deposit that vehicle away so that he can move up a position. Beresford holding on nicely, car number 260, 391 Andy Smith, Paul Harrison fighting back in 391 and number 2. There they are a little bit lower down the pack, but certainly coming round 3 and 4 very nicely, holding a good line as the track rapidly dries out. Still John Lund in car number 53, Junior Wayman in fact not so narrowing the distance, but it's seemingly falling back a little bit as Lund piles it on and opens up quite a useful gap in car number 53. Junior though holding on to that second place and holding off the challenge, which looks as if it was being set up for some considerable time by Dave Beresford, which as yet hasn't come. But is it going to come now? It looks as if it might, as Junior Wayman seems to lose a little bit of power. Beresford trying to come through on the inside, which he's done, and Beresford moves up into second place in car number 260, just as Paul Harrison pulls off to the safety in the centre grid. That's halfway, Mr. Starter. So that halfway straight is still John Lundy, car number 53, leading from 260. Dave Beresford in that second place. Third 515, Junior Wayman has gone sick over on that far side. Junior Wayman has gone sick on car number 515, and that's put him right out of contention and really opens it up as far as John Lund's concerned in car number 53, with Beresford in that second place in car number 260. Then comes 391 Andy Smith, followed by Jamie Davidson. Is he there in car number 464? Yes, he is. Phil Smith in car number 109. Ian Platts in number 77. Richard Mason in car number 202.
Before the he's got his hat on for Hoosier tyres, of course. A good win there for you, John. Did you expect to win it?
No, did I? Hell no. I thought my days of winning championship racing might be over.
I mean, there you were on the pole position on the front row, and that second restart is just what you could have done without, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I got away to a reasonable start on the first start, but the second one was all right as well.
You're quite happy with that? That's the first championship.
Yeah.
Now just a goal to go for.
Just a goal now, yeah.
Right. Good one for the camera, please. Thank you.
Before you walk away. Paparazzi here. Okay.
Right, chap. Over here, Andy. Andy, turn the trophy around. I got you there, boy.
Yeah, look, he's brought his own beer.
Can't complain about that, can you?
On the road. John!
Action.
Here we are, Coventry, 1st of July, and it's been a bright sunny week, and we're going to talk to a man who's returned to the sport after a little layoff going into one of the hot rod formulas. You're back with a bang, John, with a big car as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Obviously, you missed the sport, that's why you came back. The car is the ex-Burns car. Have you found a big difference between this and your older car?
It's got a lot more power, yeah. Yeah, a lot quicker. That's why I came back, really. It was a chance to go a bit further than I'd ever been before, and seems to be working out all right.
You went to Northampton to go on the tarmac. Did that work out the way you wanted it to, or did you find yourself still a little bit behind people there?
It was quick enough down the straights. It was stopping it, the main thing, and the tyres weren't very good. In fact, Higgins said he wouldn't put them on his hire car. That's how bad they were. But it was all right. Got a couple of places. But we're going to Ensford tomorrow and give it a try around there, ready for the semi.
I mean, obviously you're in the semi now on the back row. You've got nothing really to prove there. You must be very pleased just to be on the back row and just take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy. Got my mate Jeff in front of me. But,
because you always have problems getting by Jeff Nichols, don't you?
Yeah, especially in semi-finals. No, well, Kev Smith's alongside, so we're tucking in behind him and away we go.
Obviously, the hot rod formula, you had reasonable success in that. You had quite a few victories, good results.
Yeah. I'm in the world final actually. If anyone's got a car, they can let me.
What was the big reason for backing it? Was it just sheer expense?
It wasn't cheap, obviously cheaper car, but it was for the panel work and stuff. It was hard work, and I spent a lot of time on it. It was good, but it just wasn't quite right. It's hard to put your finger on. I enjoyed racing it. But anything limited, you've always got that nagging doubt, is he doing the right thing? And so it's easy with this, nobody's cheating, you can't.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of cars for sale about the similar price as this one. What swung it in your direction of buying this car? Is it just one you liked?
Cheapest.
The cheapest?
Yeah.
Here I am with Peter Foley, a man who's making few appearances this year because he's got Eurocar commitments. What's a Eurocar formula like, Peter? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. Well disciplined. You have to behave yourself.
Yes, you got pulled up for jumping a start, didn't you, on it?
Yeah, anticipating, not jumping.
Obviously, you're into Eurocars in a big way now. Do you think that's where your future lies in that sport, or are you going to stick with Formula Ones, or?
Well, the Eurocar is I think it's a step forward in your racing career to a stock car, but it don't mean that the stock car's not enjoyable. I think the thing with stock car is I'm enjoying it more this year, not doing as much, because you're not in no running for like your national points, so each race that you do is like its own championship, you might say, each meeting, so you just have to do as well as you can each meeting. If you have a bad meeting, it don't make no difference to your championship.
I mean, obviously the temptation must be there just to slap the bumper in or have a bit of nudge. I know you're not allowed to do that, but I mean, how do you control yourself? Because you've been doing this since you were 10 when you're in your mini stock. I mean, your natural instinct is to hit the car in front, isn't it?
Thing is, it's easier for you not to, because it's like it's non-contact, and the people that do race circuits are bumping all the time and they get away with it. Once you see, you can't do it, full stop, so you tend not to be doing it. I mean, I've still got all original panels on my car. There's people that's on like the second or third front, and I don't know. And I've spoke to them and said, like, is it that it's just me that's not allowed to bump, or is it a rule that's for everybody? And like everybody, I mean, I've been took out through somebody hitting me, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is hope that one day they're doing pretty good and you return the favour with nobody seeing.
Goes down there with those 19 cars on the grid, well spread, and interesting to see what happened in this one. There quite a few of the starmen, and they've got all the work to do. Jamie Davis in 464 goes shooting down the home straight into 1 and 2 in pursuit of Frankie Wayman in car number 212, and believe it or not, Frankie Wayman's just cooked it there on the exit to the back straight as he went into 3 and 4. Too much of the old loud pedal, and around he went. Got to say that the old 3370 with this car looks very, very smart indeed, in its green and yellow colour scheme. Very well presented indeed, a credit to the man as he pulls it round there as well. It looks as if it's going reasonably well into the bargain. 428 then, Paul Baker's the man, and struggling just a little bit here on the home stretch, meanwhile the rest of them are certainly putting it on all the way around there. It's Warwick, in fact, who's still leading in car number 307. Jim Warwick from 75, Dave Cottrell, and Dave Willis in car number 337, first, second and third. Cottrell, in fact, going a little bit wide. Willis trying to nudge through on the underside, which he manages to do. He moves up into second place. Cottrell drops down to third. Cronshaw in 396, getting a little bit of acceleration there from the 489 car of Gary Utley, and in fact Utley moves up a place. Cronshaw drops down. Les Spencer's there in car number 98, so is Matt Bennett in car number 413, and already beginning to spread his way through the field is 464, Jamie Davidson. Neil Long in car number 79 is there as well, and we've got a new leader. In fact, it's 337. Dave Willis in car number 337 from 75, 307. Tim Warwick still there from 489, and Matt Bennett 413. And Bennett certainly isn't hanging about, but he's going to get caught up there as Warwick, in fact, loses that car. It goes broadside around that turn. He leans on Bennett as Bennett tries to get through down on the inside. Both cars being forced onto the runoff area, but in fact, Matt Bennett managed to get away. However, he's then been thumped hard in the rear end by the 464 car of Jamie Davidson, and once again Bennett does very well to recover from that and shuts the door nicely on Jameson in 464, who's got to come back for another try. Meanwhile, car number 337, Dave Willis, has broken away from the rest of the pack, and he seems to be at this stage in a very useful lead as far as these proceedings are concerned. Cottrell's there at number 75, that's the halfway in as well, and something's got to go down there, which indeed it does, and it's Cottrell in car number 75. Paul Harrison's making a little bit of progress in car number 2, and so is number 97, Murray Harrison. Still Willis in car number 337. Matt Bennett in 413. Jamie Davidson in 464. 33, Peter Foulding. He's there and bearing down rapidly. First on Davidson in car number 464, who once again has a little go at the back end of the Matt Bennett car, but all credit to Bennett, he's still online and puts the foot hard down, moves past the back marker with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, it is still Willis in car number 337, and what a stroke if this guy pulls it off here tonight. He's still got a very useful lead indeed and driving extremely well. There's no reason whatsoever at this stage in the proceedings why, if he keeps driving as he is, that he should power that car to victory. Let's hope that he does, but there's still quite a way to go, and of course the race never won until that checker flag goes down. Willis in car number 337 from Matt Bennett 413. Would you believe that Bennett seemingly almost lost it yet again, but not enough to enable Davidson in 464 to go through, and Davidson must surely know by now that Peter Foulding is not too far behind in car number 33, just waiting to depart. 337 still there. 337, Willis still there from 413 and 464 and 33. Dan Clark pulls up to the safety of the centre green in car number 203. Frankie Wayman Sr. has done likewise in 212. Still Willis though in 337, 2 laps to go. And the battle really is for second, third and fourth place at the moment as Willis puts his car into the pit bend turn. Oh, and Davison trying to get round there in 464. Peter Foulding trying to crowd his way in on the inside, but Jamie Davidson shuts the door nicely. He's going to have another go at the 413 car of Matt Bennett, puts him out on that Coventry turn. As he comes on, so he's crowding his way through, and he has in fact moved up into second place, but it looks as if Bennett's going to try and return the compliment on the big bend turn. It doesn't happen on that occasion. Peter Foulding's lost it, and Peter Foulding has departed in car number 33. So it's still Willis in car number 337 with the 464 car of Jamie Davidson bearing down hard on the leader, but it's going to be Willis who takes it in car number 337 from 464 and 413, second and third places. Murray Harrison probably fourth in car number 97, Paul Harrison fifth in car number 2, and Junior Wayman sixth in 515. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, just an observation until such time as we have checked those charts, of course.
As always, we like low-grade winners, and a local lad who's got out of the car said, I'm gasping for a drink. Dave Willis. Now, quite a late start to the season for you, wasn't it? You came out at Long Eaton, like May time. Same cars last year, but it seems with new motivation.
Yeah, total strip down for this year. Complete rebuild on the engine, the whole lot. That's what took the time really, working and trying to rebuild it at the same time.
So obviously you're looking for a blue roof by the look of this, the performance at the moment.
No, I can't afford the paint.
The car's a former Les Spencer car. It's quite an old car now, isn't it? But it obviously performs very well.
Yeah, it's a few years old, but this year we totally stripped it right down to the cage. We lost 100 kilograms out of it, which is quite a big saving. That's really what no point doing the engine without having less weight, so it's going well.
To ask the question, do you think all the effort's been worthwhile?
Oh yeah, definitely. This is it's a bit tiring, just rushing around at work to keep the car on the track and everything else, and just buying a house. There's a lot on at the minute.
These women have a lot to answer for when you get married, don't they?
Oh yeah, it's trying to win a house and a stock car as well. I don't know whether it'll combine, but we'll have a go.
So here we go for the the Smith & Sons Motors Proton Trophy, the grand final of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, with 29 cars on the grid, 2 non-starters, numbers 26 and 203, and the 1 reserve, which is number 75, Dave Cottrell. Green flag goes now. First time we're underway. 29 cars contesting the Smith & Sons Lada Proton Trophy, and it's Rob Harrod in car number 258, wasting no time in getting away. Lisa Harter's already in trouble in car number 24 before she even crosses the start-finish line. As you get, most of the cars have managed to avoid her, and it looks as if Peter Paulding is in a bit of bother there in car number 33 in the early stages, which is an unusual procedure. 75 Cottrell trying to get back into the fray. It hasn't quite worked for him, and he's high and dry on the centre green at the moment. So, early stages, and one of the star casualties already. Away go 2 more star men there, and certainly all of a sudden the photographers go running in all directions on the centre green. Roger Bromley pulls off in car number 14. Will Yarrow has remained in the retired berth on the centre green in car number 22. Peter Paulding still trying to get back into the action, which he's now done, but of course considerably way down the field, so he's going to finish this race. He got some hard work to do to even get into the first half dozen or so. Almost an impossible task, and it looks in fact maybe will be an impossible task because he's pulling off over the far side. Let's now see what's going on as far as the racing down there is concerned, because they have come to sort themselves out quite rapidly. It's still number 258 from number 5 and 362. First, second and third places. Dave Willis is still there in 337, and so is Matt Bennett in 413. Then comes number 78 and 495, followed by John Wright in 128 and Dave Johnson in car number 383. Murray Harris has pulled off in car number 97. So we look round again and still see Rob Harrod there in 258, and this must be some kind of record, because Rob Harrod is still in the lead in car number 258, and we're just moving on to the 6th lap. He goes hurtling down there, and all credit to Rob. He'll be quite pleased with his performance up to now, regardless of what happens. He's not only in the final, but he's got it through 6 laps, but this time he's put under pressure. He goes a little bit wide, tangles with the man who's moved up into 2nd place, and the leader in fact is John Goodall in car number 5. Rob Harrod is still there in 3rd place in car number 258. So it's John Goodall in fact who's leading in car number 5 now, from Lama Shore in 362 in 2nd place, and Harrod 3rd in 258. The car being a bit of a pick by the look of it around those corners, but nevertheless he's still there. Matt Bennett coming into the frame in car number 413, as is John White in 128 and 495. Still over on the far side, John Goodall in car number 5 from Lionel Shaw in 362, first and second. Harrod 3rd in car number 258, but that's just relinquished that. In fact, lost it altogether, which is rather a shame, but nevertheless, all credit to him. He lasted till lap 9, and that's a considerable improvement upon previous escapades out there. He's come back on. He's going to try and see the through to the finish, and why not? Back now to the more serious business of what is actually happening up front at the halfway stage, and John Goodall finds himself under pressure in car number 5. He's currently the leader, but he's being pressured very much by 362 Lionel Shaw. Down that far side they go, into 3 and 4 on the Coventry bend. Matt Bennett in 3rd place in 413, then comes John White in 128, and then John Caser in 495, and who's this? The first of the star men is Rob Cowley up there in car number 73. A quick look down the charts would confirm that he is. 381's gone, Arab's gone, and so is Beresford in 260. It certainly hasn't been Dave Beresford tonight. He's had a lot of difficulties to contend with, and he's got another one by the look of it there as the car disappears onto the centre green, minus the tyre on the rear, and smoking badly from the engine compartment as well by the look of it. So that casts a cloud over the centre green as Dave Beresford unbuckles and comes out. And it might be a good idea if somebody had a look beneath the Beresford car, because we can see flames coming from it from up here in race control. Might only be a flashback in the sump, but nevertheless it's been attended to, which it is. In they go over on that far side. Harrod in the fence right opposite us, and just look at the way the cars are screaming down that far side. And Rob Harrod is probably thinking, oh my, oh my. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. Now then, this could be interesting. Still number 5, John Goodall, the veteran racer in the lead from one of the young pretenders, Matt Bennett in car number 413. Peter Fawley's decided enough's enough and he's pulling off. So through they come again, 5 at 4.13 from Lionel Shaw in 3.62. John Wright is 1.28 and 73 Rob Cowley. Now we're into the closing stages of this event and still anything could happen as Goodall, driving one of the veteran of the years, powers his way down the far stretch, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4, and they're going to get caught up, and in fact they are hooked up, and Matt Bennett is going to try and come through. There could be all sorts of things happening there, and it looks as if Matt Bennett has taken the lead in car number 413 as the first 10 cars got all hauled up there. It looks as if 362, Lionel Shaw has moved back up into that second place, and 128, John Wright in third position. Then comes John Goodall in car number 5, and it looks as if 128, John Wright's lost it as well. He gets all axed there by 53, John, and away goes Goodall down here, and wallop! That looked nasty. That looked nasty right in front of us there. The yellows go straight out.
I was gonna have a real good go this season, but my first meeting at Brandon had me 5.10 and that blew up, which put me back a month, and I was a bit disheartened. I was going to pack up, but my mechanics talked me into putting the old engine back in it, and we got going again. We're starting to get it sorted out. It's just spending a lot of money on the 5.10. I thought to really get the full benefit out of it, I need a car which is set up and which goes around on its own without having too much trouble.
Make the driver redundant.
Well, yeah, I mean, I need a real good car to go well, because I don't think I'm that good a driver, but...
Does it frustrate you when you get people like Frankie Wayman and John Duncan flying by, you thinking, why aren't I going as fast as they are?
No, it don't frustrate me. I think I can go as fast as them, the car just don't handle as well. It's experience, really. I'm only scratching the surface on car handling, which is why I want a proven chassis which is already there, so as I can learn off that and also better myself.
Another local celebrity, the stock car racing bin man.
364, say no more.
Yeah. What's the season gone like for you so far, Gary?
At the start of the season, very, very well, but had a month's layoff due to lack of cash, really. Went down a grade, as you can see, with the yellow roof, but very confident to get the blue roof back again.
I mean, looking at it, most of the guys who race the top cars are businessmen, self-employed, and people can turn around and say, well, if a bin man can do it, I can do it. Now, you're a sort of an example to a lot of people. How on earth do you afford to run a stock car? I mean, it must be a lot of hard work.
Yeah, at the start of it, my mother bought me my first car, 1989, I think, paid £800 for it, and I just accumulated all the spares and that, got myself a decent chassis. You just save hard, and I think it's one of them things, if you want to do something that bad, you just get on and do it.
The lads in the crew come and watch your race?
Yeah, they're here tonight, standing behind us. You know, they're all there. And I mean, a lot of support from work as well. You know, all the chaps that say they come and watch. Can't ask no more, really. But I'm enjoying it, you know.
I mean, obviously, you get up very early in the morning to on empty bins.
Yeah.
We know you finish early, we don't say anything about that. I mean, how many nights a week do you spend working on the car?
5. Got to be 5. Some nights 4. I like to go down the pub on a Thursday, you see, so we have an early night on a Thursday, but yeah, 5 nights, near enough.
You've been getting some good results, Long Eaton in particular, you've gone very well round there. Have you got a particular favourite track?
Bradford, but it's just too bloody far away. I'll go there for the last one this year. I love it round there, it's just big, there's no fence to get caught up in. You just bounce off the fence.
Do you think the advantage around there, you can keep you're limited on power, you can keep your engine wide open and you can just keep her there?
And this is it, the smaller tracks, you've got no chance coming out the turns, you know, where the other chaps have got the Doug Nashes with the gearing and that. Around Bradford, you just get your foot flat on the boards and keep it there, like sort of thing. And it goes well.
We've just been talking to Steve Smith, who's already making plans for next year. Have you sort of making your plans for next year as well now?
Not at all, no. No, I'm engaged.
You make plans for the next race.
No, this is it, just live by, you know, day by day sort of thing. But I was thinking of actually packing in the end of the year, so I'm engaged in that, and a woman in tow, yeah.
Well, surely she wants you to continue racing.
I don't know, no comment, I ain't saying nothing. She's going to watch this, isn't she?
If she buys it, we don't give them away free.
Well, I ain't going to buy it.
So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. if a bin man can do it,
So can you,
everybody.
yeah.
But if you see a bin lorry doing about 200 mile an hour around an island, you know that Gary's driving it.
Yes, well, not quite that fast, but I try. I really do, honestly. I've never rolled a bin cart over yet, and I'm trying to that.
OK, then we'll leave you in peace, Gary, and we'll see you in the next race.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Steve.
So just going through the rest of the A graders, those with the blue tops. It was Steve Benson, in fact, in car number 166. Spencer in car number 98. And Richard Johnson in car number 78. Right, the green flag goes down and we get heat 2 underway. Open shore 3M, heat 2. And away they go there, slightly dry line down there, but still mayhem developing on that first turn, but most of the field safely behind, not Les Spencer, in car number 98, he was caught up, so was Phil Haying in 4.54 and Colin Nairn in 2.80. So there's the leader, race script in car number 110 from Bob Script in 117, and the fast-moving Dave Willis there in car number 337, and away goes Tristan May, car number 27, spinning round in his own length there, and just gently gliding into the fence without creating too many problems to either the fence or the car. Russo struggling a little bit over on the far side to find the line, get his clogs down. And then it'll happen. Colin there comes roaring round there in car number 280 from Scriven in car number 117, and Scriven in 110. Getting a change up there now as they move down this home straight. Oh, and straight into a parked up car goes Russo in car number 49, and it was Tristan May, in fact, who caught it there. Jason Holden in car number 38 is struggling just a little bit. Benson likewise in car number 166. Des Chandler in 213. Oops, and wallop straight into the fence post. Down there goes a race Griffin, and 255 Eric Brown as well almost went. Through they come again. It's 213 your leader, Mr. Starler, 213. Des Chandler confirmed as your leader from Steve Benson in 166 and 250 Keith Chambers. And then comes 337 Dave Willis. He's there now in the act, just as 255 Eric Brown decides to pull off. That was a little bit close too. My goodness me, right in front of the lead cars. And in fact, there are things happening up front over on the far side because Chandler, in fact, has lost it in 213. And as they come through again, it looks like Chambers in 250. 250 and 166 in first and second places. Russo creating absolute havoc down there. Off and straight out comes the front axle of the Dave Willis car, straight out there as he went into the fence after struggling round Russo there, David Russo in car number 49. He looks eventually, much one would think, to the relief of the rest of the competitors, that Russo has come to halt over on the far side. And my goodness me, he's certainly caused mayhem whilst out there. He's come to halt over on the far side, and we're just about to move into the second half next time round, Mr. Starter, with 250. Keith Chambers, the leader, very much in command at the moment from Benson in car number 166. 98 Les Spencer's now moved up into that third place. Paul Harrison's fourth in car number 250 is 391, and 6 is 380. The first 6 going through, and Spencer tramping his way down the home stretch, moves it into 1 and 2, goes chasing after Benson in car number 166. But the man, as we said earlier, obviously in command here and well in the lead is Keith Chambers in car number 250 with 5 next time, Ian, please. So with 5 laps to go next time, it's Chambers in 250 from Pensley 166, but he's gone, helped on his way by Spencer, who moves up into second place in car number 98. Third is Paul Harrison in car number 2, fourth world champion Andy Smith in car number 391. Then we've got number 380, Stephen Kaiser, and probably then comes number 78, Richard Johnson. So the Openshaw 3M Heart of England Championship is about to get underway. The green flag goes down, it is underway, 30 cars on the track, and the competition is already well away. 153, number 6, 364, 338, 40, 134 and 255 away. The Starmen already beginning to jostle positions. It looks as if Les Spencer's been left high and dry, and it looks as if Will Yarrow's going to be likewise in car number 22 left at the back of the pack. Spencer trying to move his car out of the way before the rest of the field come rampaging round turns 3 and 4. He manages to do that. Will Yarrow is the man who's left in the back marker position. Darren Malin at the lead in the moment in car number 153. Phil Wilton up there in car number 6, as is Gary Lenton in 364, and Chris Brock's up in 338. Then Steve Smith in car number 40, and a disconsolate looking Les Spencer pulls off to the safe in the centre green in car number 98 as the leaders go through again. We've got a car in the fence down here by the pit entrance gate, and Phil Wilton's going to lose it in car number 6, and he's going to take Chris Brock's up with him by the look of it in car number 338, and Steve Smith in car number 40, but the rest of the field managed to get by without adding to that little spot of bother down there on turns 1 and 2. Leaders coming through again, Malin and Lenton in car number 364. There's a clash of metal against metal as Lenton puts the bumper in, shoves Malin wide. Malin goes out but makes a good recovery and comes back into second place. Wally Bitter is competing against John Wright in cars 134 and 128 all the way down the back straight. Malin sticking the bumper in there on the Coventry turn, which was good to see, but it looks as if Ganson's still there in car number 364 from Malin. Oh, and Lionel H. Shaw's in trouble down there right on the home straight. He's being buffeted literally from pillar to post as he goes all the way down there, and away they go on that far side, disappearing in a great cloud of dust. It was Deschanel, I think, in 213. The leader coming out of the turn 153 is the man in the lead from John Wright, car number 128. Gary Lenton trying to come back in there in car number 364. He does so right in front of John Kaiser in 495. John Wright, oh, and Wright makes a mistake. Goodness me. John Wright there has a go at Darren Malin down there and loses it completely. It's still 153 in the lead. Lenton coming back, but he's gone in car number 364. The man who slipped up into second place is 495, John Kaiser, and right behind him is car number 21. Mark Gilbank, followed by Jamie Davis in 464, 73, Rob Cowley in 53, John London's come alive as they move down there. Darren Malin in car number 153, leading the pack, John Casey in 495, and there's more trouble down there on that first corner. Jamie Davison gets involved, so does John London in 53, Mark Gilbank in 21, and Rob Cowley, car number 73, whose aerofoil is lifted from the top of the car. There's going to be more trouble on the Coventry turn as they all put the bumpers in there, and it looks as if we've got a new leader in this 495. John Kaiser has gone in from Darren Malin in car number 153. Jamie Davison still up there in car number 464, followed by 53, John Lund. Then comes 21, 515, 33, and a 391. And look at them all go again on the Coventry turn, disappearing in a great cloud on the centre green there, out of harm's way. One of them was Keith Chambers in car number 250, unusual for him. Off goes Phil Haig in car number 454, 362. Lionel Shaw's done that. He wasn't going to tell us what that H stood for under any circumstances. Car number 260, Dave Beresford, was also a casualty. And we're at the halfway, Mr. Starter. So as we move into the second half, it's still John Casey in car number 495 in that first place. And that was a little bit tricky there as someone else came charging across the track on that top end, right in front of Will Yarrow. Off goes Paul Harrison in car number 2. Beresford struggling down here on the home straight, car number 260. Well. John Lund in car number 53. He has a go with Gilbank on that back straight, moves up place. They come roaring through again. John Casey in 495 in that with 464. Jamie Davidson second, John Lund now third. And then Gilbank in car number 21, Beresford in car number 260, Junior Wayman in 515. That's how they are with Andy Smith just waiting in the sidelines in car number 391. Down the home stretch they come again. It's still John Casey in 495. Through goes Yarrow in back marker position, remember, so it's Jamie Davis in 464 who's in that second place. Then comes John Lund in car number 53 in a position whereby he might get close enough to take that second place at least up. Jamie Davis in 464. They go down the back straight into 3 and 4 on the Coventry turn, and then the leader coming through again is still 495. Kaiser from 464 and 53 in second and third place. Is that a bit of a gap? With 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, will there be any more significant changes before that checkered flag goes down? Off the Coventry turn they come rapidly indeed, 495. from 464. John Lund in car number 53. Jamie Davison has a bit of trouble with Darren Nail in there in car number 153, but he doesn't put him off his line, but he neighbours John Lund to get a bit closer to Davison as Davison goes down the back straight. Lund chases him, didn't nip it out to put the bumper in there, but Jamieson goes out a little bit wide, tries to crowd out as John Lund goes underneath him, and Lund moves up a place in car number 53. Jamie Davison drops down into first place in car number 464. Then comes Junior Wayman in car number 515, and right behind him, looking for a chance to go under Junior Wayman if he can, is the 391, and indeed he's found that position. He went straight under Junior Wayman, then did Andy Smith in 391 to move up a place. It's still 495 though from John Lund in car number 53, 464 Jamie Davison first, second and third, followed by 391 in fourth place, followed by then what could be 33 maybe, 515 and 128, just an observation in the closing stages there. 2 laps to go, and there's no doubt about 495, no doubt at all. John Lund in car number 53 in that second place, Jamie Davison third in 464. Is that the order that they will finish as Matt Bennett pulls off the safety century car number 413 over on the far side and joins a whole clutch of cars that have been parked up there for some time. Kaiser still there, looking very much a winner at this stage in the proceedings. John Lund's got a flat tyre, he's departed. Lund has got a flat, he's departed. So moving up now into third place looks like Andy Smith in 391. John Kaiser could well be struggling just a little bit as he comes out of that turn, but he crosses the line in first place and wins tonight's grand final by the look of it, subject to confirmation of course, followed by 464, 391. Another flat there as far as Junior Wayman's concerned in 515, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cars scattered either on the centre green or around the track. Reds, Mr. Starter, please.
Yes, well, I can't do it, you can put it down. Oh, no! The old champagne there ready to go high in the sky. As well as certain other promotion space with it. Shake it up, Tom, yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's cool. Whoa! Leave your son over there. Okay, Jim. God, nothing wrong. What's the matter with you lot? It's dead!
John, would you talk to us, please? Thank you.
So I tell you, thanks very much.
Ever so good, we're ever so gentle with you.
There's a lot of people around here.
You're all right.
Oh, hell. What do you want?
A fine final win there for you, John. Not unexpected, because you went very well at the last Coventry meeting too.
Yeah, it's going all right. I'm having handling problems, but I was having to fight hard with it. But it was going pretty good, I suppose. I don't know. How close were they to me?
They were well back. The Red Sox seemed to be fighting amongst themselves, and you got well clear. I think the only guy that really gave you any trouble was John Wright, wasn't he, early on?
Oh, is it all of what? Wasn't there anybody right behind me?
Nope.
Oh, I was going like a loony because I thought I could see something in the mirror. He wasn't there.
No, nobody was there. There's a little story coming to our attention. Apparently that you're probably a big fan of Neighbours on the television.
Oh, great, yeah. Twice a day.
He goes down Ramsey Street twice a day.
That's right.
The only man in Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the engine was smoking a bit towards the end. Is that just naturally knackered or...?
It better not. It's a fairly good engine. It's only just been put in, so if that's... I'm in trouble. I've already got a car at home and the engine's dead on that, so... It better not be trouble.
This is a busy time of the year on the farm.
Yeah, shouldn't be. Shouldn't be here. Yeah, shouldn't be there tomorrow, but I'll have to go tomorrow, won't I? Now, won't I?
If we go around.
Yeah.
During last meeting at Coventry, last meeting here, you were on the pace as well. Because John Wright said to me, I just couldn't shake John Kaiser off. I don't know what's got under that bonnet. Is it just this track where you've just suddenly hit form, or?
I'm not using Hoosiers. That's what helps.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm on ordinary Avens, and it's brilliant.
Did you find as the track dried out you were struggling, or...?
I wouldn't have been if the car was handling bad after it dried. It put more grip on the back end. I was just getting too much grip on the back end. Couldn't get the front round. But if that come round a little better, it would have just flown because the power was there. I'll get it right. I'll get it perfect.
You're going to King's Lynn tomorrow?
Yeah, you can have that.
You're going to King's Lynn tomorrow. Is this a consolation semi, or are you interested in? Or?
I'm not in that.
You're not bothering with that?
I'm not in it anyway. No.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you the question we're asking everybody else.
Yeah.
The World Final's not of any interest to you particularly.
No.
Who do you think's going to win it?
I think Little Wayman, do you reckon? I don't know.
Would you go and watch it? Do you think you're going to be bothered?
I should be too busy. Trying to repair these damn stock cars so I can race here once a month. That's all I get time for.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you win another one. Are you going out for the Grand National?
The engine's boiling. I'm just going to have a look at it. If it's lost too much water, I daren't. They're smoking as well.
You've not got to wait too long till you go down Ramsey Street again. Monday, mate. You'll be all right.
Is it
Half past
Monday?
one.
Yeah. Put it in on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about Lucy having had transplant though, wasn't it?
Did she? Yeah, I missed that bit.
That's one for the magazine.
The green flag goes down in this event, and already all sorts of things are starting to happen on the Coventry Dome. The Dagenham Motors Stocks Line is sponsored Grand National Championship qualifying round. 413 Matt Bennett was the one involved there. Stephen Case is right in the middle of that little lot, and he could still find himself in a heap of trouble down there from cars who don't know he's there as they hurtle down the back straight and move into the Coventry bend. It hasn't happened, they all know he's there now. Phil Haig's in trouble in 454 on the bottom of the turn. Tristan May struggling a bit downhill on the home straight, car number 27. 33 Peter Fording is chasing the back end of that 260 Dave Beresford car. Beresford hangs it out and got a little nudge on that occasion, and indeed shuts the door on Peter Fording, but there's a long way to go, and in goes the bumper. Beresford could well go wide on that occasion, which indeed he does. And who's that trying to give Fording a little heave-ho there as well? And in fact was Mark Gilmack in car number 21. There's Darren Malin leading in car number 153 over on that far side. Jeff Nichols in number 215. It looks as if we've got a little back going on down there. Is Lionel Shaw involved? He was in car number 362. It's Jeff Nichols who's taken over. So it's 215 and 213 first and second places as Paul Harrison pulls off in car number 2, and the lead changes yet again. It's 213 Des Chandler by the look of it, who's moving into the lead. That'll be confirmed this time through. 213 Des Chandler from 215 Jeff Nichols and Lionel Shaw in car number 362. Jeff Nichols left it a little bit late turning into that turn. Darren Malin has disappeared in car number 153. Over on the far side it's 250. Keith Chambers is making ground. He moves up on the inside of 215. Jeff Nichols moves up a place. Down to the home stretch comes 213. The man in the lead, Des Chandler from 362, Lionel Shaw at 250. Keith Chambers first, second and third, still in the frame, 215. Jeff Nichols holding him back a moment as Les Spencer tries to go on the inside line and move number 79 Neil Long off his line, but it doesn't happen. John Lund's going to do the same in car number 53. He doesn't hang about, puts the bumper in and shoves the 98 car wide on that turn. Down that far side again, it all goes a little bit on the quiet side, but Lionel Shaw in 362 is having difficulty getting past back marker Nigel Wall in car number 198, and here on the home straight, John Wright in car number 128 and had problems with Matt Bennett in 413. He tries to rejoin this right and succeeds in so doing on turns 1 and 2, but high and dry on the centre is Matt Bennett in car number 413. Meanwhile, the rest of them are hurtling their way around here very quickly, and the leader again comes down the home stretch, and it's Des Chandler in 213. He's opened up a bit of a gap from Lionel Shaw in 362. It looks as if Keith Chambers is looking for that second place from Lionel Shaw. Lionel Shaw doing his best to hold him up, and the challenge will surely come as Keith Chambers winds it up down that back straight. Back markers could have a significant effect here, and indeed they do, because round goes Lionel Shaw, and he takes Keith Chambers with him in car number 250, and coming through to take that second place. Who's it? It's John Lund in car number 53. Chambers is there. The bumpers are going to go in again as Peter Fording rattles his way down the home straight, puts it in on Mark Gilback in car number 21, pushes Gilback wide, and Peter Fording moves up. He's going to try and get past Chambers in car number 250, but he's held back by back marker, and the bumpers are going in there on that far side very, very quickly indeed. The leader coming through again, and he's still the 362 car goes crunching through. Just looking at Peter Fording really having a go, and that's the halfway Mr. Starter. Meanwhile, Mark Gilbank comes back again in car number 21. He moves past Keith Chambers in car number 250. Peter Fording goes rattling again down the back straight into turns 3 and 4. Moves around the Coventry turn, gets the dust flying there as he goes in pursuit of John Lund in car number 53. Still Des Chandler in car number 213, the lead car, but they certainly are motoring around here in this event. We're into the second half, remember. Des Chandler in 213, no problems for him. Second man, Lionel Shaw in car number 362, is it, or is it John Lund, of course, in car number 53, just check that through. It is Lund, of course, in 53, from 33, Peter Fording, that's how they are, 250 and 21. Lionel Shaw, of course, back marker having dropped the laps in the early stages. Chandler, though, not being pressured at all and still persisting in putting cars between him and the man in second place, John Lund in car number 53. Then Peter Fording in car number 33, 250 and 21. 98 Les Spencer finding his way back to, so is Beresford in 260 and Andy Smith in 391 and Junior Wayman in 515. They're all stretched around this track now. Chandler through again. In car number 213, needs 5 laps to go. Next time round, Mr. Starter, please. So with 5 laps to go, Chandler firmly up front in car number 213, really showing him how it should be done as he moves round the Coventry turns 3 and 4. Comes and charges his way.
This year you haven't had the best of luck. You've had a very long period down at Blue, which is not where you really want to be.
1 month.
It was a long period for you down at Blue,
Yes,
but he's on a red top car.
Yeah.
What did you think was your main problem? Was it just sheer and simple luck, or did you have a few mechanical problems?
We've had mechanical problems actually for about 8 or 9 weeks. The car's just not been pulling out the corner, and I've been racking my brain. And we had a slight misfire, and the car wouldn't run when it was cold. And after a lot of deliberation, we started swapping bits and bobs, magnetos, and God knows what. And Peter Knight lent me a carburettor, and that was last meeting here at Coventry. And from that day to this, it's been absolutely flying. So the fault was carburettor.
So obviously now we're looking towards the World Final next weekend. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I'm packing up racing from tonight until the World Final, with the intentions of setting the car up again like we did down at Northampton. I don't really know. I'm just hoping that somebody up front will do a bit of heavy fence bashing, and the race will be stopped a couple of times. It'll put me a little bit farther forward, but you never can tell. I could go straight into the first corner and have a tyre took out. I just got to go for it. From where I am at the back, I've got nothing to lose.
If you don't win it, you've got to have a favourite. Who do you think's going to win it?
If it rains, Lundy will win it.
I know you were talking about retirement at one time. I know that's probably not going to happen now. What's your thoughts already looking towards next season?
Well, I think we've already sold this car as it is. Somebody's already made gestures that they want it. So if that happens, I'm going to build a new one.
There's a surprise.
Yeah, for a change. Well, we've got to do something over the winter. Keep out the pubs and off the streets.
It must give you a great deal of satisfaction building a car that actually goes out and wins a final, and you've done it all yourself.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I must admit, right from, like 86, 87 when I bought the Wayman one, it was great to go out there and win. But I've got to admit, it's better to go out and win in a car that you've built and that you've messed around with and you've got it right.
There's no thoughts of going anywhere else for a chassis then now? You think you've got it all sorted out? You're not going to go to John London and say, build me a chassis, or Junior Wayman?
No. I mean, I've got to admit, when we bought that one off Day a few years back, we took a few measurements off that and just modified it really, I suppose, over the years. I mean, this bears no resemblance to the Dave Seed car, other than the fact that it's the same sort of size. I mean, all the suspension work we've pratted around with over the last 3 or 4 years and got it right.
I mean, how long does it take to build a car from scratch? I mean, the steel work is actually the easy part. It's all the wiring and plumbing in that's the long part.
Yeah, the steel work, to be honest, we set this car down one weekend, and all the bits and bobs were cut. And by the Sunday dinner time, it was a flat chassis and roll cage. And that was like from Saturday to Sunday dinner time. It's just all the bits and brackets and suspension mountings, and they're a real nightmare, they are. They do take a lot of time.
OK, then we look forward to seeing you out tonight. So what's your thoughts for tonight? Are you going out for another final, just to rub it in from red?
No, I'm going to go out and be a bit laid back tonight. I'm just a bit, I don't know, I felt a bit tired this week, so it's bad news coming back from Bradford on a Monday night and then have to get up to go to work on Tuesday.
One time, Wally wasn't a regular here at Coventry, but now you've become quite a regular. How are you liking it down here?
Oh, I always enjoy it. It's a very nice track to drive. It's always nice and smooth. And, I'm just waiting for a good run, that's all.
You're one of the drivers that always gives a bread and butter performance, always there or thereabout, but never seems to get the wins or the success you deserve. You obviously just race for the fun of it, but what fun is it to have to repairing the car every week?
Well, I don't know. It keeps me out the pub, doesn't it? But well, if you don't want the work with stock cars, you want to keep out the sport. It's not just about racing on a Saturday night. There's a lot more involved in it in the week. But I've always enjoyed it. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I get as much satisfaction working on a car as I do racing it. Always have it.
You've had a win in the past, you've had heat wins in the past. Have you ever dreamed of winning a final? What's your best position in a final?
I think I've had a couple of thirds, and I think I had a second once at Sheffield. That's the best I've ever done, and the nearest I've ever come.
What's your favourite track? I mean, Long Eaton obviously is your no closer to home. Have you got a favourite?
Oh, I would say Kings Lynn now and here. But, you know, I like the smooth tracks. I'm getting too old for these bumps and bangs you see nowadays. Not like, you know, when I used to go to crew every meeting. I feel the bruises now on a Monday morning, you know, that I didn't used to.
The A graders, Wayne Handley in 378 and 380, Stephen Kaiser. Matt Bennett in car number 413, Jeff Nichols in 215, Les Spencer in car number 98. .338 there, the back blue, Chris Broxop, and then we move over to the far side. The Starmen, Will Yarrow in car number 22, Keith Chambers in 250, Des Chandler in 213, Andy Smith in 391, John Land in 53, Junior Wayman in 515, and yet another visitor from New Zealand, Bob Smith in NZ3. Des Chandler in 213, if that was the case. Sorry about that. There's 24 cars on the grid, and here we go for event 2 of tonight's meeting. Well, Racegroup gets himself in trouble in the early stages in 110, and Warwick, in fact, is likely to do the same. Fortunately, though, he managed to hold it. Off goes Jeff Nichols in 215, right opposite the steering race control, goes on the centre green, rejoins at the back of the pack, Scriven struggling a little bit down the far side in 110. The rest of them already getting stuck in, and certainly in contention all the way around. Out of that turn they come on the Roundford bend, and the Coventry bend rather, and it's 316 who goes a little bit on the wide side there. It looked as if that 316 car was going into the fence. Meanwhile, Steve Smith climbs all over Warwick in 40 and a 307, and that's given an opportunity for Squants perhaps to get away just a little bit on that turn. 316 Alan Squants, 258 and number 40, and Smith could well find himself in more trouble indeed. He is. Wilkinson in fact doing that. Nan's gone down here in car number 280, and 134 and a 337 are also in trouble right there on the centre green, and one of our star men departed to the safety of the centre as well. So, well, Wilkinson wasn't standing on any ceremony on that occasion in car number 121. He just whopped it in, and it's an opportunity for Matt Bennett to move up a little bit from the look of it in car number 413. So, out of turn 4, the leader coming through now, and it's 316. And, sorry, 258. Quite right, Mr. Starter, 258. from 413 now as the Squance motor goes out wide on the pit bend turn. And he's struggling just a little bit as he goes to the loose shell on the outside. Oh, and Wilkinson got clobbered hard there by Andy Smith in 391. So, Rob Harrod in car number 258. Now we go with Willis actually, and in goes the front end of the Matt Bennett car, and he does the job, shoves Harrod away. He goes into Willis, and Matt Bennett goes through to take the lead in 413. And Will Yarrow in car number 22, Junior Wayman in 515, Andy Smith in 391, 213 Des Chandler about to be taken by 53 John Lund, who moves up a place. So it's Matt Bennett then, he's setting the pace. It's a quick one round here now, 413. Matt Bennett in the lead from Yarrow in car number 22. Junior Wayman closing up on them in third place at the moment in 515, but that could well change because there's quite a way to go in this one at this stage. 413 in the lead. Junior Wayman closing right up now, looking for an opportunity to come through underneath Yarrow perhaps, and if he can't do that, then there'll be a touch of the old bumper, and there it goes. The bumper goes in there halfway in this time round, and in goes that bumper on Will Yarrow as anticipated. Yarrow goes wide, all that was needed for Junior Wayman to go through and then go chasing after Matt Bennett. Bennett comes out of turn 4 down the home straightaway, still in the lead in car number 413 from 515 Junior Wayman and 22 Will Yarrow. It's 413, 515 and 22 in first, second and third places with Andy Smith fourth in car number 391. Then comes John Lund in car number 53 and Des Chandler in 213. Junior Wayman now challenging for the lead. Matt Bennett doing his best to shut the door, but they come almost side by side down there, and again the bumper goes in, and certainly Junior Wayman knows just when to pop it in. He did so very well there. Matt Bennett will try and return the compliment with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, it's Junior Wayman in the lead in 515. It looks as if Matt Bennett was going to try and come back, and indeed he has. He's dived back underneath him on the Coventry turn, and Matt Bennett takes over in car number 413 from 515 Junior Wayman, and Will Yarrow in car number 22 waiting on the sidelines. In goes the bumper again, and it's Junior who slips through on the inside. Yarrow trying to come through as well in car number 22, and the man who slots between them is the number 413 car of Matt Bennett. Matt Bennett gets a little bit of the old heave-ho treatment from the man immediately behind him, Will Yarrow, and these three now are really piling it on as Andy Smith comes into the limelight, and somebody will surely go down there as Andy Smith puts it in and tries to use the 22 car like the white ball in billiards. It doesn't work for him on that occasion, and it's John Lund's turn now to come through, and surely something will happen on that turn as Lund bars it on. The brakes all go on, and everybody tries to maintain their positions, which surprisingly enough they managed to do. Junior Wayman in car number 515 then out in the lead. Bennett in car number 413 in that second place. Smith in 391 now up into third place. Oh, and Yarrow gets a little touch on the back end. That might be enough to enable Lund to come through, but not yet, it isn't. Still, anything can happen as far as second, third, fourth places are concerned, but Junior has quickly broken away in 515. He's well in the lead with Bennett in that second place in 413, but look at Andy Smith, the last lap board going out for Junior Wayman in 515, so if anything's going to happen a bit further down, it's going to happen this time round. And Junior Wayman is through, no problems for him. Matt Bennett still in that second place, 391. Andy Smith getting a little bit of a helping hand around turns 1 and 2 from John Lund in car number 53. Lund winds it up, but they're not going to get close enough there as the checkered flag goes up and it goes down, and Junior Wayman takes it in 515 from Matt Bennett in second place in car number 413, followed by Andy Smith in 391, John Lund in 53, Will Yarrow in car number 22, and not a bad little effort at all there from all those drivers in event 2 of tonight's Sonic Communications sponsored Grand Prix. That'll do us, Mr. Starter.
Yeah, we're alright, yeah, good race. Been having a bit of bad luck lately, you know. Everybody's been saying I've been off pace, shell, but, you know, just get that luck with you, aren't you?
Well, you're certainly away tonight. What are you doing down here? Certainly away tonight. Frankie, another big test, World Championship coming up.
Yeah, World Final next week, you know, feeling a bit confident, you know. It's a one-off race, so, well, we stand a good chance, I think, so.
Got everything to go for, my friend?
Yep, everything.
2-1-2 final. 53 final. NZ7 final. Andy, final.
Okay, so the cars then lining up for the Sonic Communications Grand Prix final of the night. This, of course, is a qualifying round of the Grand Prix. 2 photographers down there in the centre, Humper and Dink, make their way to their equipment. So drivers, of course, qualifying in this Grand Prix series to the final tonight by a points system. 3 3 non-starters, one of which is 464, Jamie Davidson, 31, Dave King, and 117. So, they're away, first time, racing over 20 laps, and it could be quite interesting as the Reds go bumming away down there. And the Blues are already coming through, of course, Mat Gulikers, and my goodness me, things are happening amongst the starmen right from the word go, particularly as far as 73 Rob Carl is concerned, because he's been spun right the way round, and Murray House was also in trouble in the early stages. Car number 97 on the leaders. They come through. It's Dave Cottrell in 75 from Jason Holden in number 38 from Dave Willis in 337 in first, second and third places. And a gap. Chris Brock stops next in car number 338. Frankie Wayman in 212 trying to get past Matthew Bennett in 413. He doesn't succeed on that occasion. Down that far side, Les Spencer moves up by the look of it, a place in car number 98, and behind him 78. Richard Johnson goes out wide, all that was needed for John Wright to slip through and to move up towards the front in car number 128. Jason Holden takes over on the far side. Keith Chambers is struggling down here on the home straight. Ray Williams was doing likewise in car number 26, and the leader out of turn 4 past the start-finish line. Long way to go though. Jason Holden in car number 38 in the lead from Dave Cottrell in 75. Willis in car number 337, who's just about to be helped around there by Frankie Wayman in 212, and Frankie moves up nicely, followed then by Willis in 337, Bennett in 413, and Spencer in 98. Then comes John Wright 128, and Will Yarrow in number 22, first of the starmen to make a break towards the front. Peter Balding's the next one in 33, but there are several cars between him and Yarrow at the moment. Problems over on the far side for one of our visitors. In fact, looks like Boyd Collingwood in car number NZ7, who's pulled off to the safety of the centre green in this final. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on, and that's the leader in trouble down there. So, looks like Frankie Wayman in car number 212 by the look of it. Frankie Wayman in the lead in car number 212. That looks like it as they come down the home straight. So there it is, 212, 38 and 413. First, second and third, very close, bit of a gap till you come to Les Spencer in fourth place in car number 98, and then comes Will Yarrow in car number 22, John Wright in 128, 78, and there they are down that far side. Oh, and John Lund goes thrashing his way down the back straight. Sparks fly as his car hits the strip over there on the far side. Meanwhile, it's still on up there, and it's Frankie Wayman in 212 from Matt Bennett in 413. Les Spencer in car number 98, moves past Jason Holden in car number 38, and he moves up. Will Yarrow looks as if he's going to do likewise in car number 22, then John Wright in 128, back to come again with Frankie Wayman in the lead in car number 212 from Matt Bennett in 413. First, second and third, 98 Les Spencer, and down here Jason Holden's in trouble in car number 38, as indeed is Cottrell in car number 75. Holden broadside across the track, looking for a chance maybe to move away from that position. He's found it, doing his best to get the car a little bit close to the fence one way or another, because he knows that that position can be a little bit vulnerable, particularly if 2 or 3 cars are coming out of that fourth bend. Willis is facing the traffic over there on turn 2 and gets clipped by one of them passing by, and it might well have been Yarrow who's in trouble as well in car number 22. Through they come again. Still Frankie Wayman in 212, and that's the halfway, Mr. Snyder. Oh, it's 212 and 413 from 98, 53 and 128. Oh, and a little bit across the glass there for Bennett in 413, but it is still Frankie Wayman in 212 coming through at the halfway stage. 212 Frankie Wayman and Matt Bennett, and then John Lund up into that third place in car number 53, followed by Andy Smith in 391, Junior Wayman in 515, Murray Harrison in car number 97, and Richard Johnson in car number 78. Problems over on that far side. Peter Ford is departed in car number 33, holding with a flat rear tyre. Isn't going to get very far in that one by the look of it. So let's see what happens as they go round again. And oh, they really are moving round there. So 212, Frankie Wayman still there as John Lund gets a little bit closer to Matt Bennett, and Matthew Bennett in 413 in that second place, remember. Then comes the man who's leading the pack, bringing back memories of the olden days, Frankie Wayman in car number 212, leading this field from John Lund now, who's moved up into second place in 53, and Matthew Bennett, who's third in car number 413. Then we've got Andy Smith in 391 with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go next time. so we're keeping an eye on things all the way around. Junior Wayman in 515 and then 97 Murray Harrison. But let's keep an eye on things through. Oh, and John Lunn is about to use the bumper on Frankie Wayman. Doesn't yep. So John Lunn then in car number 53 takes over. Closing stages, of course, of this one. Frankie Wayman second in 212, Andy Smith third in 391, then Matthew Bennett in 413 and Junior Wayman in 515. So it looks as if John Lunn could well be recording his win with 2 laps to go. He's up there in car number 53 from Frankie Wayman, still in that second position in car number 212, and Andy Smith third in 391. Then this gap until he comes to that 4th position, which is Matthew Bennett in 413, followed by Junior Wayman in 515 and Murray Harrison in 97. That's how they are. They're on the last lap. Junior in trouble. Oh, and it all happens down there. Doesn't look as if there'll be a place change, mind you, but that was pretty hairy. There's the checkered. John Lunn first in 53, Frankie Wayman second in 212, third 391 Andy Smith. Then the gap is even bigger, but it's Junior Wayman fourth in 515 from Matthew Bennett in 413, Murray Harrison, car number 96.
Why do we all move away when Lucky has got a box of champagne? That's the reason we move away.
It's just a week to the World Final. You needed the national points. Some would say John Lunn's hit top form at the right time. What does John Lunn say?
I'm just having a good run, that's all. I don't know whether you call it top form or not.
And obviously you've seen Junior Wayman as your biggest challenge. Who else do you see as a big threat then?
On a World Final grid like that, I think anybody is a challenge, because they're all going to drive a lot harder than they normally do and try harder, and they'll do things they don't normally do. They'll get stuck in whereas sometimes they wouldn't, and so I don't think you can discount anybody. You know, I think Junior always drives hard, but other drivers perhaps in normal meetings don't drive as hard, but on World Final day, if they see a chance, they'll be in there, won't they?
Grand National Championship qualifying round, Dagenham Motors in association with Stocks Line sponsored, with 20 cars on the grid. 20 laps, 20 laps. Plus 27 cars on the grid, 20 laps. John Lund, of course, starting with that 1 lap handicap, and it's Darren Mallon, in fact, in 1:05.3. Paul Rosso in 49, they were going to lead them away. As the green flag goes down, John's quickly away, hoping to shorten the distance between the rest of the field as soon as he can. And the first time appearance of Richard Mason in car number 202, who's had problems, of course, and he's just getting it out in the last event of the night. 250 Keith Chambers has already gone, so is Les Spencer in car number 98, and over on the far side Stephen Kaiser gets involved along with Jason Holden in car number 38, 410 ball low. Chambers gets restarted, and Mallon goes through in car number 153 from Cottrell in 75, Rosso in car number 49, followed by Colin Nairn in 280, and then Kaiser in car number 380. So Matthew Bennett in trouble too in 413, right in front of race control. So it'll be quite interesting to see how quickly John Lund can get into contention with the back markers, and then if he can find a way through. Well, the way he's been going tonight, that's more than possible, and already there are problems. It's 1:05.3. The lead car over on the far side from number 75, and then John Wright, I'm rather thinking, car number 128, because memory seems to recall that Kaiser was in trouble in the very early stages. So Darren Mallon goes through in car number 153 from Cottrell, and then John Wright, and then the number 38. Murray Harrison's up there in car number 97. Oh dear, problems over there again for Matthew Bennett in 413. Tackling this time in with Roy Collingwood from New Zealand in car number 7. Oh, and Peter Faulding was having a little go then. That's someone over on that far side. Phil Haig is caught right in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And in fact, it was Chris Broxoff who was receiving a little bit of close attention by Peter Fawley as he went by. Jeff Nichols goes off into safety to green in car number 215. Going a little bit out wide is 2-8 in Colin there. 128 John Wright, the lead car. 128 John Wright taken over. As Murray Harrison is trying to get through, I think in car number 97, he could well be up in that second place now. We've checked that this time round. Sparks flying from beneath his car as he hits the rumble strip there. John Wright in car number 128 from 97, Murray Harrison. By the look of it, yes. Checking it through again then, so certainly it's 128 and it is 380 by the look of it, Mr. Starter. I'm checking the charts would indicate that's the situation. So it's 128 and 380. Frankie Wayman pulls off in 212. Round to the fourth turn comes the leader, John White again, had a good night tonight. Hayes could well be in that second place in 380. Oh, and Murray Harrison comes rushing back on in car number 97. Peter Fawley rattles his way down the far side with Andy Smith just behind him in cars 33 and 391. Jason Holden's up there as well in number 38. There's Chandler a little way behind in 213. Darren Mallin departs down here on the home straight in car number 153. So, here they come again. John Wright in car number 128. 380. Stephen Kaiser, and that's the halfway, Mr. Starter. 97, Murray Harrison in that third place. Peter Fawley fourth in car number 33, 391. Andrew Smith fifth. New Zealand against Joe Spot on the Coventry bend on that occasion. 38 and NZ7. Back end slipping and sliding down the home straight. Gets it safely round though, no problems. And off goes Tristan May, car number 27. Murray Harrison just touches Colin Nairn in passing, just lifts him a little bit. It doesn't put him too much off his stroke. John Wright still there in car number 128. Just look at this pile of cars all looking for places and positions around there, which could indicate that we might well see a little bit of action shortly, and indeed it's starting up there. 128 John Wright leads. Low goes a little bit wide. Round goes Faulding, and around goes Nairn, and around goes Kaiser in 380. That's going to line things up a bit further down. Well, the leader is still John Wright. With 5 next time, Mr. Starter. Oh, and Murray Harrison there, just look at him put that fellow away. And it was Les Spencer who went in there with Murray Harrison charging down the home straight, and Les Spencer had nowhere to go but straight into the fence. John Wright the leader in 128. Murray Harrison in car number 97 chasing after him. Then Andrew Smith in 391 in that third place. Will Yarrow could well be moving up into fourth place in car number 22. Oh, and yep, well, that really wasn't at all surprising, because Les Spencer really was chopped away. And round he goes again as Murray Harrison gets the bit between his teeth. But while he was paying close attention to Les Spencer rather than getting on with the job, who should come through but Andrew Smith into second place in 391, but Murray Harrison third in car number 97. Two-lap board goes out. 128, John Wright goes through. Oh, and there could be another spot of bother up there before very much longer as cars go jumping all over the place. John Lundy, in fact, doing his best to get in, but he got a problem, as John, as a result of that. He was doing okay until then, but he's got a problem, and he's sidelined. They're on the last lap. John Wright in car number 128. Over on that far side, goes down the back straight for the last time tonight. Round 3 and 4. There's the checkered, and Murray Harrison takes it in car number 1. No, he doesn't. John Wright takes it in car number 128 from 391 and 97. John Wright in car number 128. 391.
Here we are at Coventry for the October session, and of course since the last meeting here at Coventry we have a new world champion. Now Keith's a very shy lad, but part of being a world champion is having to go out and meet everybody, Is that a difficult side you find, Keith? Just saying hello to everybody, now you're world champion.
Nah, I can manage with that.
You've had a bit of a difficult season so far, and it all came right in the big race. I think you were as surprised as anybody to win it, especially when you saw that bookmaker's odds. I understand some of your team had quite heavy bets on their bookies.
Oh yeah, we won about a bet at 25 to 1, was it? They all made a few quid, and yeah, it's a dream come true, innit? We found a gap, we got through it, and everything went right from there. There were a few bits like when Peter will follow me in that, but I just holded my head, and at the end of the day we were the first to cross the line.
There's unfinished business for Car 250, of course, because you haven't won a final yet this season. Is that bothering you?
No, we've won the final that mattered, but I hope we go well tonight and just keep trying. We seem to be always there, and then we have a bit of bad luck, or I do something daft and cock it up. But
I was going to say that, because one meeting, like, say, Long Eaton, the other meeting, you have an absolutely terrible meeting. At the following meeting you come out, and you're right on the pace. I wonder why the inconsistency is there. Have you any ideas?
Friday night.
Okay, here we are with Dave Beresford, who's making a comeback after an injury and a big crash. It happened at the worst possible time just before the world final. Must have upset your plans a little bit, David.
Certainly did, yeah, we just got car all sorted out, all running smooth and one thing and another, and all hell let loose.
You were out for the world final, of course, but you weren't fully recovered, were you?
No, I just cruised round. I just couldn't do it. I just had to just drive round and finish where I finished.
There was no bones broken, but you were pretty badly shaken up, weren't you?
Yeah, I've hurt my shoulder. It's better now. I won't say it's 100%, but it's a lot better.
Were you very disappointed about sort of not being able to do anything in the world final? But okay, you probably weren't holding the best of hope because it was tarmac, and it's not on your best services, is it?
No, I didn't think I'd be doing much anyway, but I probably could have done a bit better than I was, or I did.
Do you know much about the crash at all? Because it was at Bradford, it was a hell of a bump, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you see the ground coming towards you?
I just saw front of the car go up, and then I sort of just held myself and ducked and waited till it stopped, and it just went over and over and ended up back on its wheels. But it really did go with some bang, some impact, some force.
Was there much damage to the car at all?
Yeah, all sorts. Bonnet, aerofoil, suspension, steering, shockers, all sorts. Bodywork, generally, radiator and fan and all sorts.
Did you find it frustrating to have to sit out a few meetings? Because you're a regular racer, Saturday nights, it's been your life for 20 odd years. What do you find like staying at home on a Saturday night?
It's all right for a while, but that's why I'm here tonight, because I get fed up.
3:43, Barry Heath, and all the rest. As mentioned, other than Bertie Smith in car number 391, and of course in the back of the pack there, Paul Montague in car number 381. So there's the green flag. We're down for the first event of the night, and of course racing overall for the Midland Drivers' Championship, sponsored by Openshaw, and it's Openshaw Kodak trophy that they're waiting for, and we run straight over. That's a good start. Go the yellows, reds, Mr. Starter please, complete restart. Straight over, that's a good start to the proceedings. So we'll see if it's second time lucky as the green flag goes down and all these cars get wound up and start roaring into action. Led off by Steve Jacklin in car number 136, first across the line from number 75. Dave Cottrell in that second place. Very, very early day shift. We've got a casualty down there. We've got McCruck doing all sorts of strange things right across the green, and in fact he's going to go straight into that parked up car. No problem at all. All the space in the world, and he has to go over there. My goodness me. Car number 6 then is in trouble on the centre green. He's out of harm's way, mind you. That's Phil Wilton. And it looks as if car number 75 is the one that's gone into the lead. Dave Cottrell in car number 75. That's going to change. He's gone now just come to a sudden halt over on the far side, then finds whatever he's got to find, and that includes the power and starts off again, but not before Nigel Wilkinson, the arrogant race driver, comes out of turn 4, well in the lead in car number 121. In fact, it's Chris Wilkinson, of course, in car number 121. We're not having a very good night one way or another, are we, with all these different names? However, we'll get that sorted out. Chris Wilkinson. Oh, and the leader then gets caught up with a back marker. That was Lionel Shaw in car number 362. 121 and back marker 362. Chris Wilkinson in car number 121, of course, apologies for that. He's pushing his way through the back markers there now, doing a nice little jump there as well as he came out of that turn. 121 then about coming into the home stretch. Lionel Shaw down, of course, in 362, so it could well be that in fact it's Brox up, I think, in car number 338 who's in that second place, and that's car number 136 that's just gone bombing into the fence down there. 35 has pulled off down here onto the safety centre green, Neil Shenton, and so has Paul Baker in car number 428. So quite a few casualties littered around and on the centre green in this race, even in the early stages. Will Yarrow in car number 22, hoping to make up some time as he has a clear run in front of him. Paul Harrison likewise in car number 2 goes past Danny Clark in number 203. Barry Heath in 343 about to wind it up down that far side, and Andy Smith might well get into the action there. He doesn't actually do so because he in fact just slips underneath. As does Dan Clark, so that's Dan Clark and Andy Smith moving through on the underside of Barry Heath in 343. Heath trying to make a fighting comeback, but he's left there as the two cars immediately in front of him begin to draw away. Dan Clark gets a little smack in the rear end. Barry Heath, in fact, keeping his cool, comes back in, gives Andy Smith a good run for his money as they come down there. Oh, and Smith cuts right across there, straight across, and away. That was 343 Barry Heath then, who looked as if he was going to go sliding all across. Right, so we've got the halfway, and it's 338 Ian that's taken over. We almost had Chris Wilkinson over then in car number 121. He was doing so well until he came across Paul Montague in car number 381. So the leader then coming out of the turn is Chris Broxop in car number 338. And Jamie Davidson, oh, and Davidson was doing so well until he got caught up with Wilkinson in 121. It looked as if Davidson was just about to make a bid for that front slot, and as a result of that slight spot of bother on the pit bend turn, he's dropped several places. So out of the turn comes Broxop in car number 338. He's there, no problems for him whatsoever at this stage. Could be that Kayser's moved up into second place. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. We're just checking to see who's in that second place. Indeed, it is Kayser in car number 380 with Murray Harrison third in car number 97. They're certainly getting themselves sorted out now. Frankie Wayman is up there. Jamie Davis is coming back in car number 464.
With a new car, even if they do give you a belt going into the bends, it seems to want to go around them. It don't go straight on like normal cars.
He picked up the lead when 121 went on the grass. He was well on the pace and away, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You're a bit lucky to get onto him, but this new car obviously suits you.
I'm getting the hang of it. It's taken me a while. I haven't had no success with it up to now, but I'm just starting to get the hang of it. It's totally different to my old car to drive. I mean, most people think a stock car's a stock car, but it's not. I mean, this one weighs half as much as my old one.
The green flag goes down, and again with 31 cars on the grid, it looks as if we could be in for quite an exciting heat. Darren Mallon over on the far side in 153 leads in the early stages, and Paul Lowe in car number 410 in that second place. There's one already bouncing into the wires down there. Yeah, 244 in fact over there. Ian Venables is the first casualty down there. Oh, and Ray Scriven in car number 110 goes bombing down the home straight. So does Harrod in 258, Tristan May number 27, and they're getting packed up down there. Andy Preston in 426, and Andy Jacklin in 137 side by side. Matt Bennett looking for an opportunity to go through it in 413. Lisa Harter in trouble down here in car number 24. Jacklin goes through over on the far side. Guy Parker slows right down in car number 516 and gets a smack in the rear end by the traffic behind him. It was Paul Russo in fact in car number 49 who gave him a bit of a helping hand down there. Here they come through 3 and 4, and we've got one right over. Out go the yellows, and that's another one right over down there, back on all 4 wheels, but the yellows go out. That away again. Darren Mallon the leader in car number 153 from Paul Lowe in 410, first and second. Bob Harrod in 258 third and 413, not anymore, it isn't, because that's another couple of casualties. Tristan May gets involved in car number 27, and so does 413 Matt Bennett. They're hooked high and dry right in the middle of that turn, and so is Mark Gilbag in car number 21. He gets caught up there as the leaders go through again. We could get some changes very shortly. Away goes Venables in car number 244. Haven't certainly got to grips with it as yet. Darren Mallon the leader over on the far side in 153 from Paul Lowe in 410. First and second. Third, well, we'll get that checked open because it might be Les Spencer in car number 98 who's just moved up there along with John Land in car number 53. 495 is definitely in third place. 98, Les Spencer and John Lund in 53. Des Chandler in 213. That's how they are, ladies and gentlemen. They've sorted themselves out quite quickly. And John Lund is moving down that back straight. Tristan May holding Les Spencer back in car number 98. John Lund puts just a gentle touch in there. Away goes Tristan May. Away goes Les Spencer. He only drops one place. And up 2 places goes number 53, John Lund. Spencer again getting some attention, this time from Des Chandler in 213. And again Spencer goes wide, has to give ground. He's forced to do so. He Chambers is over there in 250, going round 3 and 4 and chasing Spencer. Aaron's gone up to the safety of the centre green in car number 258. Where he is joined by about half a dozen or so other cars, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in a big heap on the Coventry turn, including Matt Bennett in car number 413. Down here, the number 416 car has departed. That's gone into the fence where Venables, I think that is already caught up there in number 244. So they go through again, and Mallet in car number 153 goes down that far side just as Peter Paulding retires to the safety of the centre. Mallet's still there in car number 153, coming out of turn 4. He's doing well, even at this stage in the proceedings. He'll be delighted. John Case in car number 495, and that's the halfway, Mr. Starter. So John Cater in that second place in 495, John Lund third in car number 53. Just checking it through as they come past us again. Oh, and that's Gilback gets caught up there with Venables in car number 244. And John Lund gets caught up as well. Keith Chambers goes crashing into the side of the number 406 car with a clang of metal against metal. And Chandler gets caught up over on the far side with Paul Lowe in 410. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. 5 next time, and Mallet is still there in 153 from Kaiser in car number 495, and there's trouble down here on the exit to that turn. Chambers involved in car number 250. He literally shoves Chandler out of the way in number 213, and Chandler about to try and move his car out of the line there. There's the second placeman going through, and that's still Kaiser in car number 495. 153 though is the man over on that far side, coming up against the clutch of back markers, which might well slow him down as Kaiser does his best to power his way down the far side. None of the distance between first and second places, and indeed John Kaiser's done just that. And suddenly the distance between first and second is not there. There isn't any distance, and Kaiser in fact about to make his bid in car number 495. He tries to give the old elbow there to 153 down Malin, but it didn't quite happen, but he's going to try again down that back straight. Those two really having a go, and all credit to Malin for hanging on in car number 153. There's 3 laps to go, and that's going to seem like an eternity for Malin as Kaiser once again goes bearing down on him, and he knows surely by now that if he's going to move him, then it'll have to be by the bumper. A back marker gets in the way there, and Malin goes wide, and through goes Kaiser. Kaiser's taken the lead in car number 495 from Malin in car number 153. First and second places there, no problems at all. Les Spencer, is he up there in car number 98? We'll check that through. And indeed he is there in that third position. So it's 495, 153, and Spencer there in car number 98. Des Chandler in 213. No, he's out. John Lund, is he back up there? It looks as if he is in car number 53, and then probably Junior Wayman in 515. The last lap board going out. It's going to be a win surely now for Kaiser in car number 495. All credit though to Malin in car number 153. That white top. Oh, went wallop. In it goes John Lund, in fact, helping that little part to sort themselves out. And Les Spencer lost a bit of ground as a result of that. And in fact, there's the checkered flag. Kaiser takes it in 495 from Malin in 153. Lund is third in number 53. Spencer fourth in 98. Wayman fifth in 515. Getting himself in trouble in the early on. Openshaw Kodak heat 3, and away goes Brockstop in number 338, having tackled with Shaw in 362. Now it looks as if they're all safely round 1, 2, 3 and 4, and in they come again with Rob Scriven in the lead in 117 from car number 35 Neil Sheffield. That's second place. Then comes Paul Russo in car number 49, and off goes Phil Wilton in car number 6 with a lot of steam and smoke issuing forth beneath the bonnet. Car number 71 over on that far side is Steve Brink. He moves down there, and that's Russo, I think, who's clipped the fence on the Coventry turn. problems there for Guy Parker in car number 516. Barry Heath in 343 goes charging down the back straight, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. Dan Clark in number 203, he's right in the thick of things down here, so is Jamie Davidson in 464. And in fact, Jamie Davidson struggling to recover as Gareth Bott in car number 41 pulls off to the safety of the centre green, having completed just 3 laps. And in fact, that was a first timer, and that's somebody that's just rattled his way into that parked up car over there. I don't know whether there's any problems. It looks like Will Yarrow in car number 22, in fact, who went straight in over there. Driver's out and all okay, so nothing to worry about there. And it's still Rob Scriven in 117. Chris Wilkinson in 121 in that second position. Down that far side, 507, Neil Smith. And who was that Dan Clark was giving a bit of a helping hand to? Well, it was in fact Stephen Casey, car number 380, and he tried again, pushes him eventually out of the way, loses ground in so doing. Richard Mason's clogging on a little bit, car number 202, he's moving up behind Davidson in 464. Davidson in turn is going to have a go, or looked as if he was going to have a go at Murray Harrison in 97, but in fact Davidson gets caught up there with the back finger, and we've got a new leader. It's 121. Chris Wilkinson in car number 121 leads over on the far side from Neil Smith in second place in car number 507, and Rob Scriven in 117. Off goes Phil Wilton again, this time with a flat rear tyre. Well, there's plenty going on out there around this raceway. Wilkinson in car number 121 from Smith in 507, Scriven in 117, Dan Clark in 203, and 97 Murray Harrison, 202 Richard Mason, and number 2 Paul Harrison. And that's how they could be at the moment. And as they come out of that fourth bend on the Coventry turn there, it's still Wilkinson in 121, and that's the halfway, Mr. Starter. So at that halfway stage, we got the man who actually won a heat last week at Kings Lynn, and that was 507. Neil Smith in second place, but Dan Clark bearing down on him rapidly, and somebody broadside on there. Richard Mason helps them around in car number 202. So Dan Clark has moved past Smith in car number 507, so it reads Wilkinson in 121, Dan Clark in 203, and Smith in 507. Then a bit of a gap until you come to Murray Harrison in car number 97, Richard Mason in 202, and Paul Harrison in car number 2. It's 5 next time, Ian, please. So 5 laps to go next time in this event, the Openshaw Kodak Heat 4 event. On your stock car part of the programme, will there be any more changes before the checkered flag goes down? Well, things do happen in the closing stages of races, and indeed we could just about get a change now, because Wilkinson trying very hard to hold off the challenge from Clark, and again he's certainly looked as if he was going to have a go, but Clark goes through in 203. 203 and 121 Chris Wilkinson, first and second. Just checking that through, 203 then.
I got away from this once. Good evening. Shortly before the meeting, we were trying to talk to Dan. He kept telling us to go away in no uncertain terms, but there's no escape. You've won a race.
I was busy. I was in my salesman's uniform. Didn't you notice?
You've not sold the car, have you, Dan?
No, I wish I had.
You had a bit of an
sale. Whoever wants to buy it.
A bit of an indifferent season for you this year.
Yeah.
Lots of time you've been missing. Was it car problems or work problems?
Car problems mainly. Some a little bit of work, but mainly car problems.
And of course, you went out with all the hopes at Bradford. But tell the people how many laps you actually did at Bradford.
Which one?
The last one you went to.
The last one. Oh, I finished one race, but I did half a lap in the final.
A few problems. You went well tonight. There's no messing tonight. Did you think you'd have trouble getting over by 121 there? Because he's quite good.
He was going quite quick. Yeah, I had to struggle to get by him a little bit, but lean on him a bit.
Okay, so this season's nearly over. We're focusing on next year. What is it for Dan Clark next year? The same car?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. No, I don't think I should rebuild. I don't know. Don't ask.
You're still enjoying the racing because you're getting to be a veteran now, of course.
I'm a veteran. What have you been getting to be one? Yeah, I enjoy it. It's hard work though nowadays. All these kids.
They're too bloody quick.
They are.
What's your thoughts on the final? Are you in with a chance tonight, do you think?
Well, I didn't go in with a chance there, so who knows?
From blue, you've got to do it, haven't you? Because they keep bunging you to red every so often. That's life difficult for you.
Trouble is, Cathy just told me all the way through that race I got a flat front tyre. So I'm going to let it down now.
Okay, then, Dan, we'll let you get off. And there's Dan Clark happily on his way to the pits. Interesting thing there that Gazbot was driving the 41 Jim Conlon car. Jim never had a lot of luck with the car. He had a lot of trouble spinning out. And I said to Gaz, if he goes more than half a lap, he'll do well with it if he doesn't spin off. And he says, I didn't spin off, the steering broke, and that was after 4 laps. So poor old Gaz was out steering after 4 laps and hit the fence quite hard, but I think he should be out for the next race.
Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Coventry for the final thrash of the 1995 season here, and what a good one it's going to be, as always, of course, with the MVDA Spares Market Trophy on offer. And as extra attraction tonight, once again, we welcome the Rebels Racing for the Midland Open Championship Trophy. And indeed, 29 at the back there, and Montague, in fact, has started in the back of the pack. So get them all there. I think it's car number 29 at the back of the pack in that car of his, just to see how he gets on as we move away and get them underway for the Midland Members Trophies. The green flag goes down, the action starts straight away with Tristan Main trouble over on that far side. 153 Darren Mallin also having a spot of bother over there, and it's Sean Tilley who goes into the lead in car number 94 very quickly down the home straight. 110 and 416. Oh, and Splats goes straight into the fence down there. So does Darren Mallin in 153. Not a very good start for him, and so does car number 406. They're all going into that fence down there. Paul Dunstan in back to 406, the last one to go. Most of them have got restarted except for Darren Mallin. Meanwhile, up on the top end there's more problems, and back into the lead has gone for a short while at least number 110 Ray Scriven. He loses it immediately to number 129 Steve Lewin, who moves up into first place, chased straight away by Les Spencer in car number 98. Spencer's done very well to get charging through and to, in fact, take the lead, which he's done on the third lap by the look of it. So it's 98 and 129. Lewin fighting back, going 129. Just had a little touch of the back bumper there as Spencer goes down that back straight in car number 98. Race Griffin in a spot of bother over on that far side in 110, and that looks like Beresford in car number 260, who's trying to move up around the inside of the Coventry turn past Rob Cowley, and he succeeds in doing so. Put hard down the home stretch and into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of sorting out going on over on the far side. Scriven's coming to a haul down here in car number 110, and Randwell's calling there without any help from anybody on the Coventry turn in car number 280. It's Les Spencer who's in the lead though in car number 98, pulling away from Steve Lewin in number 129, and Jason Holden in car number 38. First, second and third. Lewin goes in car number 129 and immediately gets T-boned by the man who was unfortunately in his path, and that was Barry Heath in 343, and that's put Barry out of contention after he was doing so well. Still Les Spencer in the lead in car number 98 though, chasing him rapidly now is Jason Holden in car number 38 in that second place. Jess Chandler up into third position now in car number 213, followed by Dave Beresford in 260. Then Rob Cowley still dropping down a little bit in car number 73, and that Beresford motor smoking a little bit as he goes down the back straight. Hope that is not going to herald any kind of disaster throughout this meeting. Still 98, Les Spencer though mixing it now with the back markers as he goes around the pit bend turn. Car number 98 down the back straight. He's the leader from Jason Holden, who's moved up into that second position in car number 38. Then comes Des Chandler in 213. Darren Mallin pulls up with a flat rear tyre in car number 153, and that's the halfway Mr. Starter. So at the halfway stage, Sean Tilley has a problem in number 95, loses it and slides down the strip, and then loses it again altogether, and takes a short trip up the centre green. Steve Ragg likewise down here in front of us in car number 71. It's still Les Spencer though in car number 98 with a very useful lead On the man in second place, car number 38, Jason Holden. Des Chandler still there in third in car number 213. Then Rob Cowley in car number 73. Looks as if he's still up there, as indeed is Beresford in car number 260. Down that far side they go, the field well spread, but Spencer really showing his class with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, it's car number 98. Spencer still out there. No problems for him whatsoever at this stage. Jason Holden in car number 38. Oh, Chandler loses it as he comes out of that turn. And through goes Cowley. Sees the opportunity well, but it's Cowley's turn to go out wide on the Coventry turn. And back goes Chandler in 213. And it looks as if Cowley's been forced to the outside of the circuit. And that could be enough to enable Beresford to go through as well in car number 260. But Cowley's doing his best to shut the door on Beresford. But he doesn't succeed as he comes up against the back mark on that outside line. And Beresford moves through upper place in car number 260. Spencer in the closing stages, car number 98 still in the lead with the pressure on for second and third places as Jason Holden in car number 38 comes under pressure from Des Chandler in 213, and right behind him is Beresford in car number 260, and he loses in that time, and the second and third placemen get themselves in trouble, and in fact Cowley's coming back very rapidly indeed. He then goes wide. Beresford again comes underneath him and goes up a place. A grand ding dong of a battle those are having. Oh, and in goes the bump of Dave Beresford, giving the back end of the Jason Holden motor a thump. That was enough by the look of it to turn him wide. Chandler's now pulled away. Beresford moves up into third place in car number 260, so it's car number 98, Les Spencer in that first place, Chandler in second spot in car number 213, and still a battle going on, and a real hard battle as well for third position between Beresford in car number 260, Cowley in 73, and Gareth Budd has come very much into the picture in car number 41, and Jason Holden's dropped down a bit in car number 38. They're on the last lap, and in fact away goes Beresford in 260. He's got a problem. Cowley moves up, and so it's checkered black time, or will be just half a lap time, and it looks as if it's all Spencer's in car number 98 as he comes out of turn 4 for the last time. There is the checkered flag. Spencer crosses the line in first place in car number 98, followed home in second place by Des Chandler in 213, third 73 Rob Cowley, in fourth 41 Gareth Budd. A-graders coming through, 454, the infamous Phil Haig. Glyn Daft in car number 96, Andy Clark in car number 169 there, driving the Murray Harrison car tonight. Lisa Harter, already mentioned, from Holston in car number 24, 413 Matt Bennett, and then 128 John Wright, 33 Peter Fording, 515 Junior Wayman, number 2 Paul Harrison, 391 and a 385, and they're all away as the green flag goes down, racing for the Nationwide Names Trophy. Another 16 laps, and it'll be interesting to see who does what on this occasion. And at the moment over there on the far side, it's car number 140 that's doing leading. Just behind him is Chris Lloyd, and he goes out a little bit wide as Chris on that occasion comes back in again. So it's 242 Dave Nichols is there as well. Ian Venables in 244. Race number 140, the man in the lead over on that far side. Chris Lloyd in that second place in 284, Nichols third in 242. Judy Wayman in 515. The second of the star men in the charge to the front. 49, Rosso gets caught up with Wilton in car number 6. Now there's a whole clutch of stars and blues mixing it down here on the home straight. John Wright goes a little bit wide, and Paul Harris looks for an opportunity to dive through. Promptly gets hooked up with Phil Haig in car number 454, which somewhat slows his forward progress down a little bit. And Andy Clark gets hooked up as well down here on Paul Russell in car number 49. Someone facing the wrong way round there. In fact, it was Ian Venables in 244, but he doesn't create any problems. Andy Robinson goes through in car number 140. So Robinson in car number 140 in the lead. Still a long way to go, and anything can happen, probably will do, before a checkered flag goes down. In fact, it looks as if things are hotting up a little bit. Peter Fording retires to the safety of the set there in car number 33. So it's 140, number 2, and 244. Let's just have a look there, number 2. 284 in that third position, and they're second now, in fact. So 140, 284 second. Right, quick check of the charts, and that's sorted that little out. So you can see the lead between 140, Andy Robertson over there on that far side, from the man in the second place, which could well change, in fact, in a moment or two, because Chris Lloyd was there in car number 2. Oh, wallop, and that was Andy Smith who whopped it in there, and 2 cars certainly straight in the fence, but did that go in hard. Andy Smith is on the inside of Junior Wayman in 5.15, and he now moves up a place. But just look at this lead that's been built up by the man Andy Robertson in car number 140. And halfway, Mr. Starter, 140. Moved up into second position, that's Andy Clark. Andy Smith third in 3.91, Junior Wayman fourth in 5.15, Matt Bennett fifth in 4.13, sixth 3.62 Lionel Shaw, although that could change because he in fact has just received a shove from John Wright in car number 128. Paul Harrison gets himself involved over on the far side, and the leader's under a little bit of pressure as well there from the man immediately behind him. The bumpers went in with 5 next time. Andy Robertson is still there though in car number 140. Sparks flying from beneath his car as he hits the rumble strip. 169. Oh, and somebody's going to go there. Just keeping an eye on things down there as someone loses a wheel. At the moment, it's not going to create any problems. And that could well just stay there, and if it does, we shan't have a situation at all. So, get it sorted, keep out of the way, and watch them through until the checker flag goes down. Andy Robertson in car number 140, then he's there. 3.91, Andy Smith in that second position. 5.15, Junior Wayman third. Forward, Matt Bennett goes over on that far side in number 4.13. In fact, not too many casualties on this occasion in this event. Number 6 goes through. Oh, and Junior Wayman slips through there. Junior winding it up down that back straight, going out a little bit wide, but not wide enough to enable Smith to come back into the action. But still, Andy Robertson in car number 140. Here comes Robertson. They're on the last lap, or at least the leader is. Oh, that had got to come, and indeed it did. But it didn't quite work for Andy Smith in number 391. What did you know on that bottom turn? But Andy Robertson limps across the line in car number 140.
A rare white top winner here at Coventry, but if ever there was a red top white top, it's you, Andy. You've been doing a bit of winning just lately, haven't you?
Well, yeah, we have, but it's one of the main reasons we were white top was the first time I ever came here was early on in the year, and I couldn't even get round the corners. I spun it round every bend, and over the far side over there, I really damaged my car and was missing for 2 or 3 months because I had to replace the whole of the chassis. Second time back here, like third race, I'm really happy.
You're very impressive, I must admit. Your style of driving is sort of, there's no room for error, is there?
Well, no, always drive on the edge. You know, I mean, this is only my second ever season in Formula Ones. I've never done anything, you know, which can compare to this. I just, you know, end up just throw it round and hopefully it comes round.
I think you enjoy it as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's the best sport in the world.
You just won the Driver of the Month.
Yeah.
There's one thing more important you've got on your mind, I'm sure that's that matter of the silver roof.
Yes.
Is it on?
It's definitely on, yeah. I mean, 28 now, is it? So, you know, it could be anybody's now. I mean, Andrew's not far behind. He's only 43 behind me, so these last 3 meetings, they're going to be brilliant.
He certainly wasn't far behind in that race. He gave you an almighty crack at the bottom, didn't he?
Yeah, we had a good race, me and Andrew. I mean, his car's bloody quick, my car's quick, Lundy's car's quick. There's no to choose between any of us, is there? So, you know.
Okay, you sold your best shale car very early on, really. Is that going to affect your challenge? I mean, the car you've got is quite an old girlie, but she's quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. I mean, we've done a lot of work at it. You know, it's Peter L's car and Shane's. We've done a lot of work at it, got it sorted out, it's flying. I mean, to be honest, I prefer this car to my last one, I think, so it is.
To be honest, though, it's been a season of disappointments for you. There's one or two of us been thinking that car could do with a lick of gold paint, and that never happened.
No.
Are you really disappointed that things didn't happen this year?
No, I mean, you know, I've still got to get the bloke back who took it off me, so, you know, there's that to come yet, so.
There's certainly no lack of confidence still there, is there?
No, I mean, you know, we're racing out with that, you know, that's racing, isn't it? I mean,
Okay, you achieve most things in the sport. What's the thing you most want to achieve?
World final. We've got to do that world final. I mean, to be honest, I preferred to do it at Bradford. You know, that year when I got it checked off me at Bradford, that would have been brilliant for me. You know, that's my home track. You know, I have a lot of supporters up there in North. You know, some of them don't travel, so, you know, it would have been real nice. So we'll be working towards that, I think, so.
And the grand final is underway, and there's trouble right from the word go. My goodness me. The front runners there getting themselves near trouble, not the least Darren Mallet, and look, there's a pile up down at the bottom end as well involving 3 cars. So trouble in the very early stages for 3 or 4 drivers on the top turn, and a couple of them down there, including Rob Cowley in car number 73 and Craig Howard in number 52. Well, the rest of them are well underway. Oh, and Richard Mason there getting involved in car number 202. Of course, he was involved in the early stages, but he's obviously got to try to prove something. He's hurtling around there like a man demented. 140, the lead car. Andy Robinson in car number 140, leading in the early stages over there on that far side, and a big gap. And Lisa Harter's up there in second place in car number 24. Drivers running clear, and a little chicane being formed on the Coventry turn there as they come through again. So it's still 140 the leader, of course, but Lisa Harter in that second place in car number 24 in the early stages. Then we've got Jason Holden in car number 38 in third place. 338, Chris Broxops there in fourth. Wayne Handley in fifth in car number 378. John Casey in 495. That's how they are, as there's a problem over on the far side involving Peter Faulding in car number 33, who comes under a little bit of aggravation. Oh, my goodness me. And that was Gareth Bott, who was on the receiving end then of a real hard clout, dished out by Andy Smith in car number 391, and Smith's winding it up. He's hoping to get rid of those 2 star men immediately in front of him, which he does. He gives Peter Faulding a little nip, and he manages to squeeze him, but Faulding will certainly return the compliment, and he does, and they both go away on that turn, and away goes Smith in car number 391 with Peter Faulding coming through on the inside, and he also gets past the 464 car as well, and Wallop, in it goes again, and whilst those are fighting it out there, 464, Jamie Davison goes towards the fence. Des Chandler's coming to the victory, car number 213, and out of the frame goes John Lundy, car number 53. And there's a lot of aggravation going on a little bit further back, but it's quite interesting to watch. But let's get back to see what's actually happening at the front of the pack. 140 still there. From Lisa Harter in car number 24, Chris Brox up in 338, first, second and third, then Jason Holden in car number 38, fourth place. He's just about to try and get past Brox up on that far side. It's neck and neck, door handle to door handle down that far side between Holden and Brox up, then they tangle up, both of them going to the fence, which puts them out of contention in this one, which is really hotting up all the way around. Off goes Frankie Wayman in car number 212. To the same degree, Broxop's about to rejoin in car number 338, but he's lost a lot of ground. The leader's coming through again, and it is still that number 137 car in the lead. 140 rather, in the lead. Oh, he gets caught up with 137 there. 140 from 24 of 169. First, second and third. That's how they are. Oh, and Mason gets himself into a spot of bother there again. Off goes Keith Chambers in 2.5 over flat rear tyre. It's really hotting up all the way through for this MBDA Space Market Trophy, and we're at the halfway stage already, Mr. Starter. Lisa Harder getting involved there with Craig Howard in car number 52. And will Howard try and return the compliment? Yes, he did try, but he wasn't quick enough. He goes out wide, so does Lisa Harter in car number 24. In her endeavours to get a little bit closer to the front of the pack before that flag goes down. They're moving around here very rapidly indeed. It is still number 140, Andy Robinson over on that far side, who's in the lead. From Lisa Harter in car number 24 in second place. Andy Clark still third in car number 169. Rest of the rest will still changing positions as they come out of that Coventry turn and down the home straight away into turns 1 and 2 on the pit bend. Still number 140, that's the man. Andy Robinson there, being challenged by one of the back markers. 24, Lisa Harter there. And then a little bit further down, we've got Andy Smith now coming into the picture, just about to move past Jason Holden on the home straight, which he does in car number 391. He's now judging up to Kaiser, car number 495, who's in the path of the forward progress at the moment. Oh, Kaiser goes over the far side. What a crash, straight into the fence. Smith takes avoiding action, has to go to the centre green just as Ian Higgins pulls off in car number 29. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter. So with 5 laps to go, are we in for a surprise grand final winner here tonight with 140? Andy Robinson out in front, Lisa Harter not managing to get any closer just yet in car number 24. That's the first and second places. They're really going out there quickly. 169 Andy Clark and 391 fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jason Holden there in 38 in 5th place, and it could be that Jess Chandler's moving up into 6th spot, car number 213. But we're into the finals, few laps of this event, with Andy Robinson, car number 140 still there. Lisa Harter getting a little bit closer each time round. Is there enough time for her to get really close? As Robinson goes out wide on that turning, car number 140 over on the far side. Lisa Harter bearing down upon Robinson very quickly down that back straight, closing the gap considerably each time round. Andy Robinson goes out wide again, and Lisa Harter's coming into contention very much so now as they go down the whole stretch. 140 Robinson, he's still in the lead, but Lisa Harter's chasing him all the way, and further down Craig Howard's in trouble, and through into 3rd place goes Smith, and it's neck and neck over on that far side. Lisa Harter takes over in car number 24, moves Robinson out of the way. Robinson trying to come back to Aaron and Dunley, but that back bumper, it doesn't work. Lisa Harter goes wide, Robinson comes back on the inside, and it's now Robinson who's back in the lead in car number 140. Andy Smith coming up rapidly in car number 24, so it's 140, 24 and 391 in 1st, 2nd and 3rd places, with the last lap board about to come out over on the far side. Lisa Harter goes straight into the wires in car number 24, and Andy Smith moves up into 2nd place. Will anything else happen on the last lap as they go around there? It is still Andy Robinson in car number 140 for 391. Andy Smith, and oh, he's gone, and Smith in fact takes over on the last lap in car number 391. We're going to see him come through there. 391, crossing the line in 1st place. Down goes the checkered flag, and the Reds straight out, Mr. Starter please, the Reds straight out.
Things were getting a bit heavy and a bit hectic, and I think we were all chucking the bumpers around a bit. The next minute, Wayman and Lund disappeared. Like I didn't know what had gone on. Did they actually tangle up or something together?
Both got flat tyres.
Well, that's good news for me, that, as far as the points goes. It couldn't happen better.
You certainly picked your pace up on Charles, certainly with Stoke the other week in here, but I mean Stoke was a bit of an own goal, wasn't it, on the last lap?
Yeah.
But I mean, here, you were certainly streets headed faster than we have. Have you adjusted the car at all just to go faster, or is it just you driving with a bit of determination?
We have changed the car a bit. We were struggling early on in the season on Shale, terribly, but we've persevered and we've kept messing about with the car and changing bits of things. But I think the weather's helped us, to be honest, this last few weeks, because the tracks are a bit damper. They're holding a bit more shale and a bit more water, and they're not slicking off like they used to. I mean, London in particular is superb on a slick track, which we've had all summer. You know, the tracks have been so hard, but when there's a bit of moisture, you look down, there's a bit of shale there and a bit of bite. My car seems to go a lot better.
Okay, the silver stripes, or the silver roof, is the 391 car going to work again in Formula 1 stock car racing again? Do you look on for, do you think?
I hope so. I mean, I've had such a good run recently. I must have won 4 finals out of the last half a dozen, but the others I haven't finished, which, you know, you've got to finish. That's the thing. I mean, before tonight I was 70 points behind Junior and behind Lundy, and then a further 40 and another 40 behind Junior. Lundy being in the lead, that is. So I'd really given up on the points a few weeks ago, but I've had a very good run. I'm going to stick at it, and all I can do is go out and win. I mean, people keep saying, well, if you take them out, but you can't take 2 out and win as well, which is what I need to do. I need to just go out and concentrate on winning. It took the shine off it a little bit that she got hurt there, but there was nothing I could do. I mean, the wheels just locked coming out of the corner. Yeah, probably. She'll understand just as much as most people that it was just a racing incident. It weren't as if I put her in the fence, but I mean, you know, it sounds selfish to say you race for yourself, but Lisa races for herself, I race for myself, and we get on with it, you know, off the track, obviously. We think the world of each other, but, you know, when you get on the track, it's never actually happened like it has tonight before. We've never really come across each other in the last couple of laps of a race like that, and I must admit it was going through my mind, what shall I do? But at the end of the day, I'm a racer, I always have been, you've got to go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, because they deserve it tonight, picks up the Joe Pratt Challenge Trophy, Chris Broxton. Well done, Chris. There you go, making it in the nick of time. Mary Harrison. Well done, Mary. So the trophy for Mary plus a cheque for £80 as well. The J.R. Sharman Midland Merit Trophy in a Rose Bowl it is. Takes the form of that trophy tonight. And well accepted there by Mary Harrison plus the old Bazuma Rubera. The Coventry Climax Trophy has been won by driver number 33, Peter Moulding. Well done, Peter. Oh yes. 6 to Ronald Shaw. Well done,